There we go.
Hey.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the 2022 No Offseason NFL Draft Show. I'm your host, Joel, joined by my co-host, Tyler and Josh. It sounds weird saying Josh. Tyler and Clack.
I didn't know who you were talking about.
Tyler, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited. I've been waiting for months for it to finally be the draft, and that is not an exaggeration. Like, literally counting down the days, and it's finally here. So, What about you, Clack? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. This is going to be it's draft night. I just finished watching the movie Draft Day just before we came on. So yeah.
Classic.
It's a classic. Anything with Kevin Costner is a classic, but that's one of his best. Great movie. I'm looking forward to see what happens tonight. I think the commissioner's fixing to be on the stage in just a minute.
Yeah, before everything starts, I feel like we should, hold up our drinks for a nice little toast here.
I'm going to have mine out.
Since we're about to be on here for what, like 3 or 4 hours, so we gotta start. Clack.
Y'all know where I'm going with.
Clack's got a Bud Light Seltzer sour. Is that a Bud Light Seltzer sour, Clack?
It is.
All right, I got a Bud Light Seltzer cocktail hour, and then Tyler's got some weird summer shandy thing or something.
And commissioner is on stage.
All right.
So I'm excited. How are y'all feeling about it? And he is getting booed as usual.
Of course.
I'm feeling good. I don't know. I'm kind of just ready for it to be here. There's all this build up, and it's just been a headache trying to figure out who my team, the Commanders, are going to take. And so I'm kind of just happy and relieved for it to finally be over, but also super excited. So yeah.
I got to go to the 2019 NFL draft in person. That was a lot of fun, and I definitely want to go back. It was a great experience. But for anyone that doesn't know how this is going to work, first couple of picks is just going to be us. We're going to be on here, kind of talking about what's going on at the draft so far, talking about the picks. Then we'll have guests on here, and they'll come in and just talk about their team. We'll have different. We don't have one for every team, but we have enough that they'll be able to come on, talk about their team's picks and their reactions for a little bit. So we're in for a long, fun night.
Yeah, hopefully y'all are watching. We would stream it on here, which would be cool, but we're not big time, so we can't really do that without getting the boot. So
Don't want to get copyrighted.
yeah, we don't want to get copyrighted. So I'm sure everybody who's on here is also watching. If not, well, you're just gonna have to hear us blabbering on and on. But yeah, I'm super excited.
Listen, we'll make sense. Joe will blabber.
Clack, you'll have like 2 drinks and you'll be blabbering. So
I can handle my alcohol.
you can handle your alcohol. That's
We won't talk about the night I first met you. We won't talk about that night.
oh
Bring
god.
Keep on this stage.
I forgot about that, to be honest. That was an interesting
That
night.
was not a good night for me.
No, it wasn't.
I don't remember anything that happened.
All right. I'm pulling up the stream right now. You guys have it up. How we doing?
Good. They brought Ice Cube on the stage. I forgot it's in Vegas this year too. So
Did
I
they
was like,
really
why
bring
are all
Ice
these
Cube
Raiders
on?
fans? Yeah, he's a Raiders fan, but he's
They don't even pick.
Yeah, but he's from California too, so I don't know. Probably more of an Oakland Raiders fan than he is a Vegas Raiders fan.
That's true. All right, I'm trying to pull this darn thing up.
So, as it gets started, what's your guys' predictions for the first overall pick in the draft?
I think it's crazy to say this now because Aiden Hutchinson was at one point locked to get one, but we've seen the last couple of weeks how that hasn't really been the case, and now people are saying that Trayvon Walker from Georgia is going to go number 1, based not on production, but just based off of athleticism, and just he's a freak, and so
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if I would do that, but you got to kind of take risks in the draft, and so Jacksonville needs somebody who's going to be a game wrecker, and I think Trayvon Walker has a lot of upside.
yeah.
I
I also
think
had him
it's
going
gonna be
number 1.
Aiden.
What'd you say, Clark? Sorry.
I think it's Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, I think Aiden Hutchinson's the safe pick. Trayvon Walker's the bigger like home run pick, if that makes sense. Where like he could not be that good. He didn't have that much production in college, but also he has all the physical traits and can develop. I don't know though. I feel like if it was Hutchinson, we would have heard that it was Hutchinson, if that makes sense. Like I know they haven't made the pick yet, but when you're the first overall pick, you don't really have to hide who you're taking. And so
Yeah, no, usually this is the first time we've ever had a draft in recent years that I can remember we have no idea who the number one pick is going to be. Usually it's a lock who it'll be. Well, typically it's a quarterback, but this year there's so much uncertainty, not just with the first pick, but with every single pick. We have no idea how this could play out. I kind of was thinking about it today. I was like, this is like the perfect equivalent to the Doctor Strange movie, the Multiverse of Madness. Like,
don't spoil Doctor Strange for me. I haven't seen it yet.
Clack, the movie hasn't. Yeah, nobody's seen it yet. The movie hasn't came out yet.
No, there's a Doctor Strange that came out in 2016.
Clack, I know. I've seen the
first Doctor Strange movie.
I have not seen the first Doctor Strange.
I'm not. I'm talking about the new. I'm talking about the new one that's coming out. It's called the Multiverse of Madness, and there's all these crazy alternate realities and things going on. And that's kind of how I think this draft will gonna goes, because, you know, a couple moves that are made early on could literally change the whole course of the draft.
You cannot complain about spoilers to a 6-year-old movie. That is your fault for not having seen it. I don't care.
Are we surprised though? I mean, really?
Spoiler alert: Doctor Strange dies.
Ooh.
I know that part. I knew that part.
That he doesn't die. That was a test and he failed miserably.
Yes, he does. That's one he did. Maybe I'm wrong.
I can't say you're right.
As someone that's seen the movie, let me tell you, he definitely doesn't die because there's a sequel coming out in a week.
Doctor Strange is invincible.
Clack, you're killing me. Tyler, this little link you sent me isn't working too hot.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, am I not going to be able to watch this?
Do you not get
All right.
Joe.
No, I'm trying to pull. I think I got it. How are we looking?
7:01 to go.
Yep. So you're a couple seconds ahead of me, Frank. I don't know why. Like, there should be a law against the team with the first overall pick taking 10 minutes to pick. Like, there's no one worth trading up to number 1 overall for. And you've had however many months to make your pick. Just make the pick and move on, man.
Agreed.
Wait, hold on.
I don't care who they pick. Just why. There's no point in sitting there for 10 minutes if you've already have your player.
For the record, I'm going Aiden Hutchinson is the first pick. That's my pick.
All right. I'm going Trayvon Walker.
All right. We are very close to seeing who it is.
Yeah, 6 minutes. I love the Trevor Lawrence fathead that they brought.
Yeah, I don't see how it takes this long. And Trayvon Walker, for the record, is not at the draft. So interesting.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. But I don't know. Isn't he watching it in a hotel in Atlanta or something? I read.
Yes.
The Jacksonville Jaguars basically have 2 first-round picks this year because Travis Etienne's coming back next year. I can't believe they picked Etienne at the 25th pick and then just didn't want to use him, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, I bet they're really hoping they get some sort of production out of him.
I was a big Etienne guy, though. I really liked him in college. And I get it. Like, Etienne might have been Trevor Lawrence's biggest target at Clemson, right? He threw him a lot.
All right, I'm trying to straighten this out. Pull this up real quick.
Oh, you got a lot of time. There's 32 picks, Joe. This is pick 1.
And the pick is in, guys.
Oh, cool.
So in just a moment, we will pause when the commissioner walks up.
I'll put up the banner when it's selected.
Okay. We all know it's going to take it. Got to get the pick up to the commissioner and all that. And it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yes, sir. I'm wearing my Justin Jefferson jersey, you know. Last good player the Vikings drafted. Okay. Ooh, you're watching the draft in the dark.
No, I'm trying to get my lights. My lights are not cooperating. I have strip lights in my living room, and they're not cooperating with my phone. I'm trying to keep my phone. So, memento while I fix this as we are waiting.
Crowd's busting out Sweet Caroline. That's pretty early. We're not even one pick in yet.
They've had the alcohol. They're good to go.
Yeah, they are sauced up out there. I mean, they've been, like I said, when I went, you stand out there for like 3 hours to get your spot, and that's like not even super close. So they've been there like all day. I saw a nice Anthony Barr jersey in the crowd. Shout out Anthony Barr.
Just waiting on him to come on stage.
It'd be great if it was just something out of complete left field.
And here is the commissioner.
All right. I'm a little bit behind you. I'll announce this one. Trayvon Walker.
Wow. Mistake by Jax. That's the first mistake of the draft, I think. Very interesting pick there.
So, Trayvon Walker, right, out of Georgia, he doesn't have the production that Aiden Hutchinson had, but he has a lot of – it kind of similar to Jadeveon Clowney in my mind, maybe not the same extreme, but you pick a guy who's athletic and has a lot more like potential than the more safe bet. And I think that leads to the Lions picking Aiden Hutchinson number 2 overall. They get
Aiden Hutchinson gets to stay in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, stay in state.
Joe, thoughts?
I'm giving up on live streaming. It's too much of a pain in the ass. The Jaguars select Trayvon Walker. Like I said earlier, Hutchinson's a safe pick, but I think they decided, their GM Trent Baalke is kind of on the hot seat. Nobody knows really if he's going to be there for much longer. So they just wanted to make sure they went with the guy with the most upside. So I'm 1 for 1 on my mock draft.
Same. Imagine not being 1 for 1, honestly. Could not be me.
Can be me either.
Clack, however, is already.
Goodness, that was a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. I don't think it's the number 1 pick.
It was the bad pick. All signs pointed to Trayvon Walker. Clack.
No, I think for the Lions or for the Jaguars, and we might want to. So yeah, well, first pick. It's an interesting one by the Jaguars. It seems like who was it they drafted a couple of years ago and they had it first? Was it Myles Garrett? No. Who was it they drafted? They had the first pick a couple of years ago and went defense.
The Jaguars?
I'm sorry. Yes, Jacksonville.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
This is the third year in 5 that Jacksonville's had the number 1 pick.
Give me a second. I'm running through all the picks in my head.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I know they got C.J. Henderson,
Josh Allen or something. I don't know.
Years ago.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking the Browns.
Josh Allen was
Myles Garrett.
The Browns picked Myles Garrett. Yeah.
Clark,
Yeah.
you are all over the
I knew there
place,
was
and we've
somebody-
just started.
I knew there was somebody that I was not very high on when he was picked first, and it would be Myles Garrett.
Lions are already picked, so that means they
Oh.
had someone they liked.
I just realized that when you do PFF mock draft simulator track it tells you who was picked.
Oh, perfect.
So
Did you already get it spoiled?
I exited out. Yes. With the second pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions go Aiden Hutchinson, edge rusher,
pick.
Michigan. Easy pick. I'm 2 for 2 in my mock so far. I think Dan Campbell, that's like a perfect fit for him. He likes a hardworking guy that doesn't take plays off. Well, it was the thing that was ahead. It wasn't me. He's from Plymouth, Michigan. Went to the University of Michigan. Now he gets to play in Detroit. So I think that's pretty cool. And I think ultimately it's hard for them to pass on a hometown guy like that who was a Heisman finalist this year. So far we've got Trayvon Walker goes number 1 and Aiden Hutchinson goes number 2. Clack is struggling on his mock draft already. Big surprise.
I mean,
Imagine not being 2 for 2.
Imagine thinking Drew Lock is a top 10 quarterback.
I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so nobody can say that it's not going to.
I mean,
All right.
All right, 2 for 2.
We got 3 people on here, man. 3 people. I can't tell you the last time we've had 3 consecutive people in here. So whoever's in here, shout out for watching. I'm going to try and
that's also not counting Twitter.
Yeah, no. Can we get someone to pull up? Let's pull up these Facebook comments.
Yeah, and somebody also do Twitter. I can do that in just a moment.
Okay, I'll do Facebook. I'm gonna mute my mic in case, because sometimes I'll click on it and the audio play on there. So I'm gonna mute that, but I'm gonna go ahead and check Twitter because I've been told we usually get.
Because Twitter.
Oh wait, you have Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll let you do that then because my internet is not the best.
I'm gonna pull up Twitter. I've got like 4 screens going here. So with my ADD, that's not
Just a bunch of highs. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for joining us.
You can
You guys
pin
have
comments
a-
on here, can't you?
It's like being weird with StreamYard. I don't know why. For
That's
some
alright.
reason, your Facebook isn't hooked up to like being able to post comments. So, just YouTube and Twitch right now. Oh well.
Guys, if y'all lose me, I'm gonna be changing screens here so I can start sending out links for our guests.
Okay.
Aha!
Yeah, so
Now I can see the comments. So yeah, we got some highs. David White says, "What's up, Joe? How's it going?" He was the one my girlfriend's family friend who I guess I'm friends with now. Was telling me last week, he's like, do you see the comments on there I've been posting? I was like, we can't see him. And so he was telling me that he's been on here and watching us, and I felt real bad. So I see your comments now, David, and I'm just excited for the draft. But, yeah.
So our first guest will be coming from the New York Football Giants at the 5th pick. And then we'll have, every other pick or so, we'll have a couple people.
Yeah, we got one of my buddies, Dylan Cooper,
So-
will be on here.
This next one should be pretty interesting. Because I heard that I heard a little birdie say the Texans might be locked in on Derek Stingley at 3. It should be not, like, I think that Derek Stingley's going to be good. I think that Sauce is just like the slam dunk defensive back, though. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
I think
I'm a huge Sauce Gardner guy.
I'm a huge Sauce Gardner guy, too. We talked about it before the show, though. I think Lovie Smith isn't the greatest coach, and I can see him falling in love with Stingley's freshman year tape, which was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I think you got to think bigger picture. Sauce Gardner is a better prospect, but I can totally see them going Stingley here, which makes things interesting for sure. So we're still waiting on that third pick to come in from Houston.
Yeah, the pick is in right now. They're waiting to announce it.
All right.
Clackle.
We'll do that in just a moment.
Jets are on the clock. I think Kayvon Thibodeau is the pick. I mean, that's what I did in my mock draft. I'm 2 for 2 right now. This is where Joe and I differ, right? We had the first same 2, and then now we have something different. Who did you have at 3? Joe?
Stingley.
Oh, you had Stingley at 3? Well, Clack, you're already.
I think
2.
Sauce is a better player.
Yeah, Clack. No offense, but no one cares anymore about your mock.
I'm not that bad.
Well, yeah, you're competing.
Zero.
You're competing with the guys that are 2 for 2. So.
Blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while.
Well, we've already found 2, and you found 0. So.
Yeah, you haven't found a single acorn. We just started.
All right, they're walking up. Okay.
And there it is. I at least bet on this one correct.
Hold on.
Third pick in the...
Oh wait.
So are we ready?
Yeah. Who was it?
Third pick in the 2022 NFL draft is Derek Stingley out of LSU.
3 for 3, baby. Let's keep it going.
There you go.
I'm surprised. I was hoping he would fall all the way to 12, and he got picked at 3. Dang.
Interesting.
I actually liked it that you can hear the volume on that. So if you want to turn that up, if you want to, this is what we'll do. This is a better idea. If you want to turn the volume up, I heard I can hear you guys perfectly. I'm saying the volume on the pick. Like I could hear the volume on the pick a little bit on that. So if we want to keep that.
No, you can't stream the pick.
Yeah, that's like literally illegal.
We're not streaming video.
I like it better just announcing it.
Okay, whatever. Then meet the mic.
Yeah, I thought I did.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that if Stingley and Sauce and Kyle Hamilton are all gone at 12, the Vikings will probably trade back. It's going to be interesting. It'll be maybe our first trade. I don't know. The Seahawks could be a big trade target as well. That was another interesting take Clack said before we started. Clack predicted no trades at all in the first round, which is, I think, kind of a bold take considering there was always trades.
When I'm Clack, I have bold takes. What can I say?
That's true.
Tyler, I've got Facebook handled if you want to do Twitter. Twitter never works too well for me on this.
Well, Twitter is hard because it doesn't save the comments, but I will try my best.
But I got the Facebook ones pulled up. Your mom asked, when does the preseason start? I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's late August. It's typically when it is. But really not even that far if you think about it.
Yeah.
We got one viewer on here. All right, so the New York Jets at 4 in my mock draft. I already sent him the link, Clack.
I had Sauce going 4, but Kayvon Thibodeau is also a pretty good pick now that he's still there. I could also see them picking the wide receiver.
I told my friend to join. I had already sent him the email.
Okay, I'll just make sure.
Let me see who I have. I'm already forgetting who I have on here.
Dang, Joe, you're getting old, man.
Yeah. I have at 4 I got Sauce Gardner.
I don't know who
Elijah Vera Tucker, no matter what.
Inside joke that's absolutely horrible. I don't even want to talk about. But yeah, so I got Sauce going at 4. Who do you guys have?
I also had Sauce.
Sauce as well.
Okay, so we're all in the same boat here.
I could see them picking a wide receiver, but with Derek Stingley gone as well, I think they're going to scoop up Sauce and just get the, it makes too much sense.
So we should get Dylan on here in a little bit.
The pick
Yeah,
is
the Giants pick next. They have 2 first-round picks as well, right? 2 top 10 picks, 5 and 7 or something like that.
Yep.
I had them grabbing Evan Neal and then Jermaine Johnson, but also, again, that was all contingent on Kayvon Thibodeau being taken already. If he's still there, I feel like he's super hard to pass up.
Dylan said that he's about to join. The Jets are still on the clock, and we are waiting. There's Dylan.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up, Dylan? How you doing, man?
Good, good. Weird pick at number 3, huh?
I don't know, man. I'm 3 for 3 right now.
Right.
Tyler and I are 3 for 3. Clack's 0 for
I'm
3.
2 for 3. I didn't pick Derek Stingley.
Oh wait, yeah, okay. So I'm looking good here. I'm thinking Sauce goes here at 4. What do you think, Coop?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. They seem to love him, although I did hear a bunch of stuff floating around that for some reason, do you know any information about what's going on with Mekhi Becton and why they want to move on from him essentially after a year?
I thought it was injuries, right?
He's been a little bit banged up, which I mean he's 6'8", 350, so I guess that kind of makes sense. But I don't think they'll move on from him. I think Sauce Gardner, in my opinion, is a perfect New York swag guy.
I agree with that too. Honestly, I would love to see him drop to the Giants here.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Dylan's a Giants fan, so Giants pick at 5 and 7, so we'll have him on here to get his reaction and hopefully, I guess for his sake, some happiness for the pick. But I'm hoping as a Commanders fan, they go ahead and take somebody stupid. Hey, I'm just saying, I would love it if you guys took Kyle Hamilton off our hands.
Yeah,
wasn't that a popular pick?
I wouldn't be too upset about it.
That was a super popular mock pick a month ago, and then Kyle Hamilton started to fall for some reason.
Are the Jets still haven't picked yet? We're still waiting on them?
Pick's still in. Their pick is in right now. And
We'll just take a
I'll let
sweet
you know
time.
when it pops up.
All right.
Oh, we lost Clack. Goodbye, Clack.
There he is. Oh, man. Clack couldn't handle the heat because he had a rough start.
Just waiting on the commissioner to go. We've been sitting on this screen for 5 minutes.
Those first 3 picks went by quick.
Yeah, honestly. I was complaining about the Jaguars taking the time, but they only took half the time. They didn't take the full time.
Here's the pick.
And here
Here
I
he
got
comes.
this one. The 4th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. The New York Jets select. I'm a little bit ahead of him.
Wow,
There we go.
There we go.
4 for 4.
Well,
I
there
love
goes
that
all the
pick.
picks that I wanted the Vikings to make. So
Wow. All right, so we got the Giants on the clock now.
Yes, we do.
I don't think I've ever started 4 for 4 in one of these, so this is huge. I don't know. Who do I have? All right, so the Jets took Sauce. Like I said, they're kind of a slam dunk pick for the city that never sleeps. They got some swagger in their secondary now. I'm thinking they go. I think the first receiver taken is the Jets at 10. I think they go Drake London. Kind of interested to hear your guys' thoughts on that, though.
I don't.
I still think. Sorry, Tyler. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I still just don't like the Drake London hype at all. I don't think any player whose best trait is that they make contested catches is good, because to me that always just means that they're not good at getting open. Which,
especially in the Pac-12.
yeah, like if you struggle getting open in the Pac-12, then I don't know. I don't think it's gonna translate that well, but
Yeah,
seems to have a lot of hype. I mean, everyone's looking for the next Mike Evans, right? He's the one that made it work.
it's true. I got the Giants taking Evan Neal here, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm going. Sorry, I lost my.
Oh God, I can't wait to hear
Draft.
this.
I'm going Ikwanu on this one.
Ooh, icky.
Yeah, they said I had heard that Neal was falling. Dylan, do you think y'all possibly take two offensive linemen, because y'all need it?
I don't know about that. And to be honest with you, with Stingley going 3 and Sauce going 4, I in all honesty, would go ahead and take Kayvon Thibodeau right here. And then, because it's worst case, if somebody comes up and, worst case, you're ending up with either Kamwu or Neal, because somebody's going to be left at 7. I didn't think this was going to happen. I figured one of the two, Kamwu or Neal, would be gone by now, and then you would have to go ahead and take one of those guys at 5. But here, I would be more fearful if you pass on Thibodeau, that someone's going to jump up and try and trade into the 6th spot and take him, like a team like the Ravens or a team like the Eagles or something like that.
If there were a couple spots between their first pick and the next pick, I'd be nervous. But I think I don't know if anybody's going to be aggressive enough to trade up and take Thibs. I think you go Neal here, and then I think you're still able to get Thibs at 7, which would be huge for the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, if the pick is Neal, I'm going to be very happy with it. But I'm going to be on pin needles, sitting here waiting to get to 7 so we can get Tibbs. I would really like Tibbs.
Well, I think with the Daniel Jones stuff that we saw today, where they didn't pick up his 5th-year option, I think that makes them more likely to maybe take an offensive lineman, because they just say, screw it, we'll shore up the line, and then whoever's our quarterback next year will be able to just come in here right away and have a pretty solid line.
Right.
I will say, both overall, I think this happening makes it a lot more likely that we might look at a wide receiver, personally.
I'm feeling nervous about my Neal pick here, but I guess I'm 4 for 4, so if it ends, it ends.
I think no lineman going with the first 4 picks kind of changes everything right now. Because if you're the Giants, you're sitting there thinking, worst case, you're ending up with one of the 3 guys that you want, So, do you go ahead and take this guy at 5, lock him in, and then worst case, you end up with either a Conway or Neal, is my thinking. Unless they love Neal. So
the pick is in.
All right, Goodell, let's speed it up here.
No, I mean, you still got probably a couple minutes till he comes out and announces it, but
yeah. Who would you take if you had to choose between Icky and Neal, Coop?
Yeah, between Icky and Neal, just from what I know about Neal being like a better all-around, pass protector, which is what I think we need right now, more than anything else. It has me leaning towards him more. Ikonwu, I do love the power aspect of him, and if we can get him to get Saquon Barkley going, in the run game. But I don't know. I feel like keeping Daniel Jones off his back is priority right now.
Mm-hmm. Which is a tough task.
What about Andrew Thomas? How's he been? I know he struggled at first and got better.
Yeah, he was probably one of the more underratedly improved players from this past season, I think. I thought he was going to make a Pro Bowl at some point, especially when guys in the same division went down. Tyrone Smith went down. So I thought the way that he improved, and I think he only let up 1 sack throughout the entire season or something crazy like that. I could get fact-checked, but he had a terrific season last year. I think he's pretty much locked down the left side. So if we can get 2 top 10 tackle picks locked down for the foreseeable future, I think it puts us in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree. I know Thomas kind of has been up and down, but I do think he'll get his crap together. And I think with Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal locking up your tackle spots, that's really huge. It definitely gives you an advantage over a lot of the other teams in the league that only have really one good offensive tackle. So to have two solid ones, that's huge, like we said, for, I mean, whoever's the quarterback next year.
Yeah. And I mean, watching how the picks better comes.
We still waiting on this pick here?
He's at the podium right now, but they have a Make-A-Wish kid up there with them that they're introducing.
Oh,
I'm not even joking. This is like he's pumped too, and I would be.
He is pumped. Did you guys see the video of Joe Schoen telling him that he was going to make the pick? It was pretty cool.
Oh, I did not. That's cool. I always love stuff like that. It always makes me a little happy when they can do something.
Well, yeah, I prefer that they do that instead of when somebody gets picked and they immediately go to like some super negative. You know how ESPN is with the picks; they'll find like some super negative story about the guy and bring it up. So it's nice to see the positive stuff instead. Like when Baker got picked, they brought up his arrest, and it's just. I'm glad to see some positive stuff.
Wow.
Did it happen?
Did not expect that at all.
I told you, baby.
Okay.
I told you. You have to think. You have to think in that situation. Now we're going to be left with at least one of these guys. You got to get him off the board.
I guess technically, I guess my order is wrong, but I think they still could go Evan Neal.
I think they can still get Evan Neal, to be honest with you.
The Panthers are going to pick.
I think
the Panthers, I feel like they're going to either trade back or get a Conley. I don't know.
Or pick Malik Willis. Shoot.
Yeah, or get a quarterback. So I think we might end up with Neal here anyway.
Yeah, I mean that was my thought process. I didn't know how important it would be for teams to get a lineman, especially if somebody went 3 that wasn't Evan Neal. So that's why I thought they would just go Neal and then get Thibodeau, but also, like you said, Thibodeau and then Neal is possible as well.
Yeah. In all honesty, I think this was probably best case scenario for the Giants. Just nobody taking a tackle for the first 4 picks just puts us in a great spot.
Well, the fact that Thibodeau made it to 5 too, and he was a first pick,
Right.
he's been the presumed first pick the last 2 years,
which is insane to me. Still, I mean,
yeah,
you got Leonard Williams too, don't you?
Yeah, and Azeez Ojulari had a great season.
And Joe, everything's lining up perfectly for the Commanders to pick Kyle Hamilton, the first pick.
Stop.
Joe,
Please.
you can't tell Joe that. He's going to freak out.
Please, no. That I would
I love
actually
how
be so
excited the
upset.
kid is up there. I'm so happy for him.
Oh boy,
praying.
Thibodeau. Look at this guy. He's dancing on the stage. Oh my
Did you see
God.
the interview he gave
I
today?
literally love it.
Did you see the interview he gave today where he was like, yeah, if you put me in a room with all 250 other draftees, I'm the one walking out alive in a fight or something like that.
Of course he said that.
Or maybe it was like the green room. He was basically like, I will kill everyone else in the green room.
I can't wait to hate him for years to come.
Yeah, I bet. Oh my God. I'm pretty happy right now.
So Joe, what pick president?
Imagine being happy about your team's pick. That will not be me, so I
Yeah.
can't really relate on that.
I can't
what
lie to you. It's been a while.
The Oregon fandom or the Commanders fandom?
For what?
What takes precedent? Like, do you like that Kayvon Thibodeau because he was an Oregon Duck, or do you hate him because?
Oh God, no! I hate Kayvon Thibodeau. He just thinks so highly of himself. I joke.
I think he's literally one of those guys where it's like you hate him if he's not on your team.
I joked around. I said he'd be the perfect fit for the Lions because he'd be the next Lions player to retire too early due to, thinking they've got better things to do with their lives. But he went to the Giants instead. I'm thinking Icky.
Malik Willis is my guess.
Malik Willis.
Icky would be perfect for you though, because then you'd get Evan Neal at 7. Well,
Even if
anybody but Evan Neal is perfect, I guess. For the Giants.
Do you think there's a chance that they go cross over Neal?
I think there's a slight chance. I I don't really buy it because I don't think it makes a ton of sense. But I'm also not an NFL executive, so
That is true.
yes, it's true. So like maybe they know something I don't, see something that I don't. But if it were up to me and all three of those guys are on the board, I'd go in order: Evan Neal, Convo, and then Cross, just because of the question mark factor of each of them. Like playing SEC football at such a high level and starting for 4 years is enough for me to be like, all right, Evan Neal.
And the guard versatility too, I think, is huge too. If that
Right, that's
ends
huge
up.
as well.
So here's a good question from Facebook. Who do you guys think the worst pick in modern draft history is?
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell?
Jamin Davis.
Jamarcus Russell and Johnny Manziel.
I think so.
But Johnny Manziel, wasn't he like the 20th something pick? Or
Yeah.
I think he was 22.
Yeah.
I don't think that was that bad.
That wasn't terrible. I mean,
But I agree, Jamarcus Russell. My favorite Jamarcus Russell story was like they sent him tape to study or whatever, and he looked over it and was like, "Yeah, it looks good, coach." And then it was like a blank disc or something.
Oh,
They just to see if he was even looking.
just like to see if he was actually watching the tape.
Mhm.
That's like some draft day stuff right there from the draft day movie.
Literally.
Let's see. Who would I pick? It's my worst pick. Oh, I think it was another Browns quarterback, but it was, why can't I think of his name? He was like 27 when they picked him.
Brandon Whedon.
Brandon Whedon. Yeah, like you're gonna pick a guy in like the first round. He's a 27-year-old rookie.
I mean, really, you could go down the list of Browns picks, and you could probably just sit there and just say most of them are horrible picks.
Trent Richardson.
Even if he's good, you have him for like a couple of years.
Who is that guy? Gilbert something. I can't remember.
Oh God, he was from
Sean
Oklahoma
Gilbert or
State.
something.
Oklahoma State, like a corner.
Yeah, he was terrible. He was a
He was
bust.
bad. They had Trent Richardson. That turned out great.
They're talking about Garrett Gilbert of
Garrett
AFL.
Gilbert.
Yep. They've done a good job, or a better job, I should say, in recent years. But they had a
They
good
had a rough go
7
of
years.
it.
But
Do you guys think Baker's gonna get moved during this draft?
Definitely. I think honestly, my prediction is if Carolina does not draft Malik Willis right here, I think he gets me Carolina.
That's what I said in my mock. I said they go Icky here with the presumption that they end up getting Baker.
okay.
Obviously, I do think Kenny Pickett could go here, but I think Malik Willis should and will be the number one quarterback.
They love Kenny Pickett, though, from what I've heard. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they took him over Malik.
But
It's all
that could
about Matt
also-
Rule. Matt Rule's kind of a quarterback whisperer, so it's all about what he feels like a fit his system best.
Quote unquote quarterback whisperer.
He's a good coach. Give him time.
Also, something like that to me, like when I hear that, and everyone I feel like is in agreement that Malik Willis is quarterback one in this draft, and I hear something like the Panthers are in love with Kenny Pickett, just screams to me like a smoke screen or something like that.
Yeah,
They
that's
want
true.
to turn people off. I guess we'll find out right now.
Is the pick in?
They're on a commercial right now, but I think I do like that the first pick in the draft wasn't even at the draft today.
He didn't. I mean, I don't think he thought he'd go first till like this week, or maybe last week. But it's been a recent thing.
That was pretty strange to me. I woke up one morning and all the odds on him had changed completely. So I was like,
Yeah, I think that was like 2 days ago, if we're being honest.
right. It was literally 2 days ago. I think the odds completely did a 180 on him going first overall, and I was like completely
like-
thrown for a loop.
There was like one report that came out that was like the Jaguars really like Trayvon Walker, and then it was like, oh, the Jaguars aren't going to make the expected pick at 1, and so then it was like, oh, okay, they're going to pick Trayvon Walker then. This is the Panthers' only pick between now and the 4th round.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well then they could easily.
Here we go.
quarterback.
Wow.
Yeah, Joe, you're on fire right now.
Am I really?
Mm-hmm.
They
They
go
pick
ahead and get-
Jacob McWonder.
If, like I said, I might get the first 7 right. They might be in a little bit different order for the Giants, though.
Wow. This is gonna end if they do what I think they're about to do. I think this is gonna end up being a dream scenario here.
I'll be
So
really
I'm-
surprised if they pass on Neil here.
My dream goal is, as a Liberty guy and Malik Willis fan, is that he falls tonight at Seattle, and that's
Yeah. Or
pending. I think Atlanta very well could take him. If not, I hope Seattle takes him at 9.
that's what I was gonna say is 8. Like I wasn't thinking of Atlanta picking a quarterback, but I also wasn't thinking Malik Willis wouldn't be taken yet. And like, I think that's a pretty interesting guy to sit and learn behind Marcus Mariota for a year or two.
There's no way you sit him behind Marcus freaking Mariota. No way.
For a year, yeah, for a developmental
Right,
No
guy.
way. Lamar
He's-
Jackson came in and started his rookie year.
He's not.
You
Lamar
can't.
Jackson.
Also, Lamar Jackson, I don't even know if he started right away. Correct me if I'm
He
wrong,
did.
but didn't he?
He started the last like 3 weeks.
Clock's blowing smoke up all our asses right now.
Joe Flacco started over him for most of the year.
I think unless it's like Trevor Lawrence or like a surefire guy, you can't, bring these rookies in and ask them to start right away. Especially in a class like this when there's nobody really knows who the best guy is and all of them are going to be developmental. I think I kind of agree with the whole bringing in Malik and having him sit by Marcus Mariota for a little bit because Mariota's not the best, but he's been in the league for a while, and I mean, he might not win you some games, but he'll keep you close, I think. I mean, they've got a bunch of holes on their roster, so
Yeah, I could see them going Kyle Hamilton as well.
I want that to happen, but also I can see it happen because I don't think they'll go receiver. I think it's just so early, and I think they have a lot of needs on their roster, so I don't know if going receiver would make the most sense. In the words, Kyle Hamilton is one of the best players in this draft.
Man,
I just don't like how he fits my team.
if Hamilton stays till 12, we take Hamilton. If Hamilton doesn't stay till 12, we probably try to trade back. Unless like Jamison Williams is still there, then we pick him. I'm on the Jamison Williams train. I would love it. But that's also probably just the Alabama bias in me. So
Yeah, exactly. The Bama bias in all of us.
What do y'all think this is right here?
it's
Giants
gotta be.
pick is in.
It's got to be a tackle. I'm just kind of
Yeah,
nervous
Evan
as to which one it is.
It'll be
Neal. It's gotta
Neil.
be Evan Neal.
I think it's got to be Neil, right? I mean,
Yeah. Dave Gettleman, if he was still with the Giants, would love a good old hog molly right here.
yeah. He probably would have went like Ekonwu and Kyle Hamilton or something.
Yeah.
No, Hamilton's too good of a prospect to. It would
I
have been.
feel like
something-
he almost is like he's slipping at some point. Like, what point would you consider him to be slipping?
outside
Pass.
of the top 10, honestly.
Yeah.
Past the top 10 for sure.
Because he was like a lot of places had him as the best overall prospect. It's just his position that he plays isn't super valuable.
The Buffalo
Right.
nickel. The damn Buffalo nickel, man.
But at least that's my opinion. Like,
Oh,
There's
there's the
always
license
someone
plate
that's-
guy. License plate man wants to have a new.
Giants are going to pick Malik Willis here and shock the world and show why they didn't pick up Daniel Jones's 5th year.
I would love to see Coop's reaction to that.
That would be probably worth me being on. Yeah, that would be insane.
Coop would just take off his hat and just chuck it across the room.
I don't know if I'd be that mad. It's kind of hard to be mad with a guy like that. But
Yeah, that's a
It
guy.
would be-
Like, if he pans out,
yeah, if he pans out, it's like completely decade changing. So
shoot, like I was on the us drafting Malik Willis train for a while. If he's there at 12, it wouldn't be the worst pick. You know, I wouldn't be like, what? I'd be kind of like, what are we doing? But I would.
You're telling me you don't like
Here's
Kirk
the
Cousins?
pick. Here it is, guys.
oh boy, please be Neil. You got a band going on the right side of the stage there? What's going on?
They're getting it.
There we go. Roll Tide.
Evan Neal.
All right, I'm counting that 7 for 7. I don't know about you guys.
Wow. So, oh my God. Dream scenario here for, like, I couldn't have imagined this panning out any better.
That's so good.
I'm happy for you, but
Thank you,
also
Joe.
it's my division and we have to play you twice a year. So
This is true. You can only be so happy for me.
yep. All right, Coop. Thanks for hopping on here talking. I'm glad
Thank
your
you for
picks
having
worked
me.
out,
I
and
appreciate it.
we'll see how those picks turn out for you guys.
Good luck to y'all. Thank you for having me.
No
Thanks
problem.
for
See you,
having-
man.
Thanks for coming on.
All right.
All right, so we're seven picks in.
What do you guys think? I mean, I'm not counting it 7 for 7, but that's pretty good, pretty freaking good if you ask me.
I think, it's so hard to get. It's just so hard. It's all about, one team picks one person, it completely changes everyone else's mindset. So, I think, I'm surprised Kyle Hamilton hasn't gone in a way, but in a way, like I told y'all yesterday, I think he falls a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes here to Atlanta, but nothing. I don't think anything Atlanta really does would surprise me.
Know who's an underrated pick here or at 10 to the Jets, in my opinion, is Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, I
Either
agree.
here or there.
I had him on top 15, maybe.
I had him go to the Giants at 7 because I didn't think Thibodeau was still going to be there at 5. So
I mean, I think when you go back and look at this draft, when you go back in 10, 15, or 5 years even from now, it's gonna. I think Thibodeau is going to be a very risky pick. Do I think he's going to pan out? No, I don't. I'm for once in my life, I'm in agreement with Joe on something. I'm not a fan of Thibodeau, especially his antics and stuff. But I think so far, like the Giants have come in and gotten their needs. We'll see how it pans out. I hope. My concern, Tyler, Joe, is that Evan Neal, I think, was on another level than a lot of linemen that have been here in the past. Obviously, that didn't show because our offensive line was not good, but
He was the bright spot on an offensive line that was
Here's-
shaky.
I've got two questions for you guys in these next 5 minutes before the Falcons pick is in. My first question is Evan Neal going to be kind of like Alex Leatherwood? Is he going to be fall into that category where he drafted fairly high and kind of struggles like Alex Leatherwood has with the Raiders?
I don't think so. I think, to me, I don't think Leatherwood and Evan Neal are very comparable other than the fact that they played tackle with Alabama. I think Leatherwood was always going to be a little bit more of a developmental offensive tackle. I mean, a guy that eventually would pan out for you, but not a slam dunk guy like Neal. I think Neal, you plug him in on that Giants offensive line, and I don't see him struggling too much. It won't take him long to get accustomed because he's got that NFL frame. He's incredibly athletic for his size. He's smart as a whip. I mean, I don't think he'll have any issues. Whereas Leatherwood, I had a feeling that there'd be a little bit of a buffer period for him. That
box jump video still just lives around.
Yeah. I hadn't even seen that like this week yet. I was gonna post that, but
My second question, really quick, and this is kind of more of a Bama Brigade question, but we're all combined here on one night. When you look at this draft and you compare it to years past, Alabama's going to have very, very few defensive players going, probably fewer than we've had in a long time. Is that a concern?
We're only gonna have 2 players go in the first round. When was the last time we only had 2 players go in the first round?
Maybe Christian Harris could sneak in.
Nah, I don't think he will.
But I'm saying my concern is that does this look like with Pruitt, even Tosh, guys that they brought in have all been first round picks. Now Pete Golding is the first defensive coordinator in a while not to have a number 1 pick. Is that concerning, or is this one of those years where the defense was just young, and then next year we're gonna have 6 or 7 defensive guys go in the first round?
I think it's the latter. It was a reloading year, right? You got a bunch of young talent come in. You have Will Anderson, obviously, is going to be in contention for the number 1 overall pick next year. And then you have, let's see, who else? Henry Toa probably be in contention for one of the better middle linebackers in the draft next year. Jordan Battle would have been one of the top safeties had he come out this year. And then I don't know. I think that next year we'll see a few more, and then offense as well. You got Bryce, you got Jermaine Burton potentially, and I'm watching the pick.
I just saw it.
And there's another surprising pick. Let's bring in James Fletcher
London. Here. And welcome, James Fletcher, former sports director at.
All right, let me be first to ask a question to him.
All right.
Do the Seahawks do what I hope they do and select Malik Willis at 9?
So I really don't think that they go quarterback here, and it actually kind of ties into what I was listening just now before I hopped onto the NFL Network broadcast. They're not winning this year, or even next year probably, no matter what quarterback is on the roster. So I think you take that Rams approach, you take that Broncos approach, you build out this roster, and then you put whatever quarterback you can end up getting, whether that's through the draft or another unhappy quarterback. We've seen that become a big trend recently. I think you play it that way, see what you can do there.
Yeah, I don't know. So if you did pick a quarterback, you'd want Malik Willis, though?
I think Malik Willis is definitely the guy. He's got the most upside, and like I said, you're not winning this year, so you go upside. You don't go for the safe guy if you're the Seahawks.
So I take it you're not a Drew Lock guy. You're not a Drew Lock fan.
I'm not out on Drew Lock per se, but I do think that you talk about a gap year quarterback. That's kind of what he is at this point. I think he could be good enough to start in the NFL, but I also don't think that the Seahawks winning is necessarily in their best interest next year. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I might have missed it, but who's your dream pick here then?
My dream pick for this upcoming one right here? Well, it would have been Sauce or Evan Neal, but they obviously both came off the board. I think right now, if I'm the Seahawks, I might just trade down. But if I have to take somebody off the board, I think it's probably Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. Somewhere, build that offensive line. Like I said, get things established and then put your quarterback in there.
I think Cross would be a good pick. And the problem with trading back, though, is if you really want Charles Cross, I could see him going in the next couple of picks.
Right.
Just because he's the last, top-tier offensive lineman on the board.
Yeah, I think if you trade back, it's definitely an admission that you're trying to create more capital, whether it's for next year or later in this draft. But yeah, I agree with you. He's probably not available if they can move back.
So also, with the Drake London pick, what do you guys think that means for Calvin Ridley's future?
I don't think it means anything. I mean, I think it just shows that they're not going to be very good this year, and next year, whoever the quarterback is, if it's Bryce Young or, I don't know, whoever, CJ Stroud, whoever it is going to come in, and they're automatically going to have 3 weapons with London, Pitts, and Ridley, which is a pretty good scenario for whoever comes in and steps in for them.
So, also, with the Panthers not picking a QB, the Seahawks probably not picking a QB, who does go QB in the first round here? Like the Steelers? And then
I think this is kind of where you might see a slide. I think the Steelers really do like Malik Willis, and they, if they have to, will trade up and try and grab him. But I also think there's a reasonable chance that they could stay pat at 20 or maybe even move up a couple spots and not give up much and still able to get Malik Willis, who I do think is their guy. And I think he's the best. He fits the Steelers better than any other team. I think Mike Tomlin does a great job of coaching up the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't had to do that much coaching up quarterbacks, though, because he did have Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think that we're in a situation now, getting towards the end of the top 10, where we could legitimately see only 2 quarterbacks come off the board, with Willis to the Steelers and whoever the Lions decide to get if they want that 5th-year option.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, is that they're going to probably pick someone with the 32nd pick.
I just don't understand, especially if you're Carolina. Carolina has nobody at quarterback right now. I mean, you've got maybe a one, maybe at most 2 year option. I don't even know who the quarterback in Carolina is right now because they've changed. It's been so much change. I just don't get if you're Carolina why you pass up on Willis. When I mean, honestly, like I've said multiple times, I think he's the next Lamar Jackson. Then Atlanta, I'm not necessarily surprised, but I'm just surprised to see Willis falling this far. I don't know if that. Do y'all think that's something that they saw at the combine, or it's just the way it's going in this draft?
I think it's just the fact that it's a weak quarterback class, and we all okay. So teams have been saying, everyone's been saying it's a weak quarterback class this whole time, right? But I think us as fans go, okay, but a quarterback has to be taken like pretty early. So people have kind of talked up the quarterbacks more than teams value them. And that happens with certain players every year. I've never seen it happen with a whole position group. But like there's certain players that everyone thinks like slide every year because fans talk themselves into being higher on them than teams are. And so I think that's just happening with the entire quarterback group this year.
Yeah, I think in addition to it not being a great quarterback draft, this also isn't necessarily a great top-end talent draft. Like, there's no Chase Young, there's no Bosa brother, there's nothing like that. I mean, Hutchinson is a very good, solid guy. Walker is a very good, high upside guy. But what we ended up seeing is there wasn't much interest trading up early in this draft. You didn't see when they were panning to the war rooms anyone fielding phone calls or running the clock down to the last minute. It seems like everyone across the league kind of knew how this was going. And so I think that, in a weak quarterback class also kind of hurts it because there's not that need to go up there or move around to get your pick in.
Speaking of which, the Seahawks pick is in, so they did pick. They didn't trade back. So,
all right, I'm thinking Charles Cross.
Me too.
I agree.
I
do like the idea of
Cross.
the Seahawks just throwing a complete curveball and picking like Matt Corral, because I remember seeing that Pete Carroll was like kind of infatuated with him through the draft process. That could be a smokescreen, but I would just think that'd be great. That'd be very Seahawks, picking a guy that they could get a round or two later.
That would be very Seahawks in the first round, and I wouldn't, if this isn't Matt Corral, I wouldn't completely sell my stock in that, Tyler, because remember, they do have two relatively early second-round picks that they could package if the Lions or maybe the Bengals, whoever late in that first round doesn't want take a quarterback with a fifth-year option. Maybe the Seahawks decide they do want to do that, and they still go get a quarterback who they could have gotten on day two.
I gotta grab another drink out of my mini fridge.
I know, like, you're laying down some sick beats, not gonna lie.
I'm already on my second drink, and Washington hasn't even broken my heart yet.
Hey, they're only 2 picks away now.
I would love a trade back for them, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, Hamilton's looking pretty likely. Unless the Jets double down. If the Jets double down on secondary, though, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay, just to be clear, Joe, do you want Hamilton or not?
He does not. Stop.
Well, if you don't want Hamilton, who is it that you want? Because it feels like he's the consensus best available at this point.
Olave or Williams. I guess Olave, yeah. I just think they've put a lot of stock in their defense, and it's bit them in the butt, and I want to see them go offense.
There it is.
Charles Cross.
Makes sense. Like you said, if they weren't going quarterback there. So that seems to me that you guys could try to move up late first or pick early second.
So I think that
maybe Desmond Ridder.
If they really like one of those guys, whether it's Ridder or Corral that we talked about, I think that's an option. I think the other thing that could happen, because they have been very adamant that they're sticking with Drew Lock this year. I think if you're the Seahawks, I said it right when I jumped on with you guys, I don't necessarily think winning this year is in their best interest. And you look at Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, they seem to be the top guys next year with a lot of teams interested. We know the Seahawks have multiple picks in next year's first round. So I think maybe you get those pieces in place, and then this time next year, who knows where Lamar Jackson's contract negotiations are at. Kyler Murray, you're not getting Kyler Murray in the division, but who knows what other quarterbacks will be looking to move. Or, like I said, Stroud or Young, both. You can't go wrong with either of those, I think, over any of the quarterbacks in this class.
Yeah. Who do you right now? Way too early. I mean, obviously, you have a little bit of bias, but who are you taking over Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud right now?
In terms of quarterbacks or overall in the draft?
Just quarterbacks. Like
Just
next
quarterbacks?
year, if you're picking a quarterback, say you have the first overall pick, your team's picking a quarterback. Which one you pick?
I'm picking Bryce Young. Obviously, a little bit of bias there. I saw him play quite a bit. I do think, though, that Stroud, as much as he figured it out throughout the year, I think that early you did see some of those struggles. I mean, that's why they weren't in the CFP. But with Young, you've got everything, the composure, the competition level that he's gone again. You can't – there's no knock, I don't think, on Bryce Young other than height. So
Yeah.
I think that you got to go Bryce Young if you're at number one next year. Obviously, barring – we've seen injuries, development of talent, all of those things can change the board over the course of a year. You never know who's going to
That's
be up
true.
there
Yeah,
this time next
Spencer
year.
Rattler was like
right
the
now.
number one pick going into this
Exactly.
draft. So, how likely do you think it is that Will Anderson goes number one next year, or do you think the two quarterbacks are too hard to pass up?
See, I mean, quarterback is always going to be the most valuable position,
Mhm.
and so I do think that obviously it becomes really hard to surpass one of them. But I think if we're in a situation where, say the Jaguars have another bad year, they pick number one overall for a third time, you're not giving up on Trevor Lawrence yet. So I think that would be the type of scenario where he would go number one. But if a team needs a quarterback and has the number one pick, they're taking one of those two guys.
I kind of disagree on that because I say that because like look at what happened with the Cardinals finally. I mean, the Cardinals kind of same situation with the Cardinals. They gave up on Josh Rosen and went with Kyler Murray, and I mean, look what happened. So I mean, I
do think that I would say the difference there to me would be primarily, I don't think that anything last year can be put on Trevor Lawrence. I think that we have to go into this year just with a clean slate on Trevor Lawrence. I mean, you look at how bad the organization has been for the Jaguars, and I don't see how anyone was going to succeed there.
I also kind of think, though, the thing about saying if the Jaguars have the number one pick, they pick Will Anderson. I think it's honestly more likely that they just trade the number one pick for a king's ransom. Like, Will Anderson's good, but you could get 2-3 first-round picks for a quarterback class of, like, Stroud and Young, right?
Yeah,
so I think that, in my opinion, would be the most likely if a team that's set at quarterback for some reason already, like, gets the first pick. But
that definitely could happen, too. I agree.
Or in Joe's opinion, if Drew Lock and the Seahawks end up, there's no way you need a quarterback over Drew Lock. Drew,
No.
top 5 quarterback in the league.
I didn't say top 5. I said top 15.
Top
Just so
5.
very generous.
I love Drew Lock. Just wait on it. They're not going to be as bad this year as you think they are.
You're on the Drew. Okay, so if you're on the Drew Lock bandwagon, you think that what is the highest he can get the Seahawks in the division? Then do you think, because it is the toughest division in football? Obviously, the AFC West giving it a run for its money this year, but what's the best case scenario in your opinion?
I mean, they could be a wild card team, I think. I don't know. They still have DK Metcalf and they still have Tyler Lockett, and then they added didn't they add Noah Fant?
Yeah, Fant.
Yeah, and they added Shelby Harris. Like, they have that trade didn't work out that bad for them. Like, they got 2 immediate starters.
Hey, Joe.
I don't know.
The Commanders are now on the clock. But I think we have do we have your Commanders guest booted up and ready?
He's coming, I think. I don't know.
All right. But hey, Jameson Williams is still there. Garrett Wilson goes. I think that the Jets were always going to go corner or wide receiver. I feel like that's what most people had them mocked. And I don't know. So that means Jameson Williams is on the table for you, Joe. Kyle Hamilton is on the table for you, Joe.
It'll be Hamilton. I mean, I want it to be Williams, and I would love Olave, but I just think that Hamilton, they'll be high-fiving and thinking it's the greatest thing ever, picking a Buffalo nickel. It's a good thing I'm drinking.
Oh my god, I'm trying to find the color wheel. I'm trying to find a maroon. There we go. I have to like manually change the colors on all the wheels. And it was really hard not to type Washington football team. Let me tell you. It makes me a little sad. I made sure to get a Washington football team jersey.
Oh, I'm just getting a notification here that the Commanders might be trading back.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Oh, they are. They traded back, and the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
At 11.
Yes.
What?
Let's go.
Does that mean the Jameson Williams to the Saints dream is alive?
No, they're gonna. I think the Saints go Malik here.
You think so? You
What?
think they waited long enough?
I think so.
No way, Joe.
Yeah.
No freaking way.
They did.
No, you don't go Malik Willis.
Oh.
See,
Wait. So they have pick. What is it, like 16 now?
16 and something like that. I'm trying to find like the Saints color that doesn't.
I hope they picked up a third rounder. That would be nice.
So
the interesting thing is, coming into this pick right here, or at least coming into the night, the Saints, everyone was talking about offensive tackle, then wide receiver was their priority, but obviously now something's changed. Unless they think they have to get up to get whichever one they want.
Unless they think that we were going to pick Jameson Williams at oh, sorry, this says 12. It should be 11. I picked 12 unless they thought we were going to pick Jameson Williams and wanted to jump us.
Or maybe they think that the Vikings were open for business too. That could always be the case.
That's
true.
huge.
We could be open to trading back for a quarterback as well. Maybe they tried to jump us for that. Because I mean that's
because the Chiefs and Packers have to be interested at least in moving up with someone if their wide receivers available.
Well, and if the Saints are indeed picking Malik Willis, that makes 12 interesting for us because that is Jameson Williams. It has Kyle Hamilton. If you want Hamilton,
the Saints pick Malik Willis, I will delete everything.
Like I said, I think they traded up for Williams, but who knows? Because there's a bit of a run on wide receivers. With London and Wilson going in almost back-to-back picks. Charles Cross is in between, but
I'm so happy. I didn't want them to screw that up. I mean, there's still a chance that they could get Hamilton, and I guess I'd be more okay with that because they picked up. I'm assuming they were able to pick up a third.
Yeah,
round
here we
pick,
go.
which-
It's the 16th pick, a third and fourth rounder.
Perfect. They got their third rounder back from the Wentz deal, and they got a fourth rounder. I'm completely fine with that. That if they're able to get Hamilton, I would be more okay with it now. But
yeah, still getting Hamilton. Like, yeah, especially if Hamilton falls to 16, getting the guy that you were probably going to take at 11 and getting a couple extra picks for it. That's always good. I think we did the same thing kind of last year with Christian Darrisaw because we were able to trade back and get him, and then get a couple extra picks. It's not like we used the picks.
I don't know how much, guys. I don't know how much to read into this, but one of the Liberty pages is tweeting now. Would not be surprised to see Willis go here.
Okay.
I'm just this is the first time they've tweeted. It was like 10 seconds ago, so I'm gonna hope that this would be.
The Saints are sure taking their sweet time. That's another thing I don't understand about the draft, right? I get it. You want to be 100% sure, but if you trade it up, you clearly have a guy in mind that you want to grab before other people grab him. It's not like you trade it up and then go, oh, wait, what do we do now? Maybe they're trying to see if a team will trade them a first-round pick in 2/3 or something. The art of the deal over here, but...
I'm so happy right now.
I'm happy for you.
I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna pick now. Like I said, I would not be all that surprised with Hamilton. slid to them.
Yeah.
But also, I truthfully do not believe that they have the stones to take Jameson Williams, even though that knee injury is not a big of a deal as a lot of people are making it out to be. I think the pressure's on Ron Rivera, and he knows that he needs to take somebody that's going to be immediate impact. So maybe that's Olave. I'd be okay with that as well. I do like Olave. So I guess we'll see. Things definitely get interesting here, though.
Yeah, it's looking like if this is a wide receiver that comes off the board, I don't think Olave is going to be available by 16, though.
That's true, yeah.
Well,
But now I think they'll go quarterback here. I truly believe that. That's why they came up, just because I don't think they would come up to get a receiver. I mean, I would.
But like
Go
the
ahead.
only thing is, unless you're just worried about another team trading up, we're probably not picking Malik Willis. The Texans aren't going to pick Malik Willis. Like the Eagles aren't probably not going to pick Malik Willis. Like who's the next team that's going to pick a quarterback that you need to trade up for?
Yeah, like I said, I think that there's more teams willing to give up assets for a wide receiver right now than a quarterback. Now that we're already at 11 without a quarterback gone.
Unless, like I said, they're worried that the Steelers were going to try to jump them for Malik Willis. That's the only reason I could see them trading up for Malik Willis.
Oh, dang it. I just saw the Saints pick. I need to get off Twitter.
Yeah, I'm seeing them come across because I'm on TweetDeck right now.
All right, so we know who. So the Saints picked Olave,
They picked Olave. Okay.
which
Yeah,
I think that's a ballsy move to trade up. So you've got London's gone, Wilson's gone, and Olave's gone. So I mean, Jameson Williams still sitting there.
He could be a pick at 12. I think Hamilton's the pick if we don't trade back. I think we probably trade back.
I don't think you're getting Jameson Williams. I would not be shocked with Hamilton because he's slid this far, but I don't think they'll go receiver. My dad's told me they need to draft a quarterback, and I'm like, he's like not the biggest Carson Wentz fan. I'm like,
Tyler, who do you draft back to?
If we trade back,
Yeah, trade back,
probably
I'm
the
sorry.
Steelers, if I had to guess. They move up and select Malik Willis. But again, it's looking less and less like they need to do that now.
Well,
might
yeah,
just
what
be there.
motivation do they have now that the Saints made it clear? Because I think that the Saints, you have to get an offensive tackle. So
Oh, and
now
we
what
didn't trade
motivation
back.
do they have?
Ugh, that's gross.
what?
We traded with the Lions. They have the 32nd pick.
They just traded with the Lions?
Yeah, it says I saw a tweet saying the Lions are on the clock.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing here. That's
Did
an
the-
interesting one.
Did the Lions pick Malik Willis?
You can never count out the Lions to do anything. So
The Lions could go Hamilton too.
I have no idea what they could have given us unless they give us a first rounder next year. That
I'm
we'd
sure
want to
they
move
did.
From 12 to 32.
well, they do have that arsenal of picks from the Stafford deal and other
Yeah.
little ones they've done throughout the years. You can also get. They have. Is it 34? So they have 32 and 34, I think. So
Yeah.
Yes, so Washington gets 16, 98, 120.
$12 and 46 for 32, 34, and 66. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's just such a drop in talent from those.
Well, and we
Uh,
gave away 46. If it was 12 for 32, 34, and 66, then I'm okay with it. But we gave away our second round pick.
like I said, they clearly don't believe in any top end talent still being
I
there. So
guess.
they must have red flagged Hamilton for something. Because this is more than, the reports on Kyle Hamilton were that he had an underwhelming combine, underwhelming workouts. Nobody said the word red flag, but you don't drop from top 5 to teams trading out of the first round, or not out of the first round, but to the back of the first round instead of taking you if you just had a bad day.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't go here too, I could really see him sliding. Just because now it's like teams are wondering, like, why are these other teams passing on him?
Yeah, the Saints are getting 2 shiny new receivers, right? Because Michael Thomas is coming back. Slant boy himself.
Is the Minnesota trade official?
Yeah,
Yeah.
32, 34, and 64 for 46, or 48 and 12. So, I mean, 34 is basically a late first, but...
Ooh.
Do you see the pick?
Yeah, the Lions took J-Mo.
Dadgummit.
I mean, I respect the move for them, but
That's also, I mean, that's a weird one for the Vikings to let them do. I mean, if, interdivision and letting them come up to get a skill position player who...
Without, like, a ransom either. I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused by here from the Vikings.
so who's after the Lions?
After the Lions, it's the Texans. So, 1 sec. I'm going to go grab a drink.
Who do we think the Texans get?
Kyle Hamilton?
Yeah,
maybe?
Kyle Hamilton's there.
Yeah.
So until he goes off the board, I think I have to say that, unless it's a team of safeties already in place.
Agree.
Man, the receivers are getting slim pickings right now.
Gotta feel for Cruz right now. He is not having a very good night.
He didn't like the Olave pick?
Nope.
Really?
Can't say I blame him.
I mean, they need weapons, so. But now you got Garrett Wilson, Williams gone, London gone, Olave gone. Traylon Burks, but I mean, like, I don't think Washington's taken him at 16. I mean, I like the trade Washington made, but if you're not going to get... I don't know. I like Dotson and I like Burks, but I don't like either one of them at 16. I think that's too early.
Agreed.
The Eagles just traded up for 13. I don't know if we had said something about that yet.
I hadn't even seen that yet.
Yeah, so.
Philly gave up 15, 124, 162, and 166. Who do the Eagles like? Do they like Hamilton?
Maybe. But, because, like, everyone had them picking, what, like a wide receiver here? Maybe Jermaine Johnson?
Eagles, I saw a lot of cornerback with the first pick, and then it varied linebacker or wide receiver with the second.
But, so you think
From
they're
what I
trading
saw.
up to pick Trent McDuffie over, like, the Baltimore Ravens?
I saw, like, Jordan Davis, too. I don't know.
Jordan David, that'd be an interesting one.
I don't think any of the receivers left warrant trading up to get. So I don't think it's a receiver. I wish I could see the big board right now.
Who's on the clock now? Philly?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so apparently, I didn't know that the Commanders had a private workout with Traylon Burks.
Interesting.
I just don't know at 16. I feel like you could get him at 20.
I
But
think that's way too high.
the receiver run has already been going, so I don't know.
Oh, I misspelled Philadelphia. Don't look at that. I always misspell Philadelphia. Jameson Willman.
I mean, if Hamilton's gone, I could see Washington trading back again.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things, I just saw somebody tweet about this, is, there was rumors that the trades would, heat up after the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
We've now had 3 straight picks get traded after the top 10. So usually they're not quite that literal when they say something like that, but looks like there was a lot of interest once you got out of the top 10 to then go get those guys.
I don't like trading Jameson Williams to a division rival. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't like that.
At least you got Jared Goff throwing the ball.
I guess, but next year when they have Bryce Young throwing on the ball.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem is Goff gets all that hate, but when he had wide receivers who did the same thing that JMO was so good at, he took his team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I mean, and I'm joking on the. I actually don't mind Jared Goff, but I was
I get the jokes. I get the jokes, yeah, but I agree with Tyler. It makes no sense to give a division rival something like that.
God, the Eagles give up a lot of picks.
Yeah, but they're all like super late picks, weren't they? Or like later.
I think they were all 3rd, 4th, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Keeper. Oh, wow. Jordan Davis.
Wow.
So didn't they pick Jordan Davis?
Yep. So we got Jordan Davis and Kayvon Thibodeau in our division. That's just great. God.
So who's up next? The Ravens?
If the Ravens are up, we have Vinny. He told me to send a link whenever. Are they up?
Yes.
They should be.
Yeah, they will be after
They're
Davis.
up.
Okay. So, Clack, just send him a DM whenever.
Okay, I'm doing that now.
I don't know why the draft is like, for me at least, on like the broadcast, it's lagged so far behind the actual picks. Like, it's because they have so much fluff in the drafts. Like, I just want to hear who they pick. I don't want to hear like, oh, here's a guy who was a 5th round pick for the team in 2016 announcing the pick. Like, okay.
Yeah, I was joking about that earlier. I tuned into NFL Network thinking that I was going to get a lot more football talk than ESPN maybe. And then I watched Michael Irving kiss Donny Osmond on the red carpet, and I thought, well, okay, this is not what I thought I was signing up for.
Oh. But what do you guys think about Jordan Davis going to the Eagles? We just kind of said that.
I think it makes sense because they just re-signed Fletcher Cox to like a 1-year deal, and I don't think he'll be there next year. So you find their replacement a year early. Makes kind of sense to me.
Yeah, I see it. I don't know. Yeah, because it was kind of weird, right? They cut Fletcher Cox and then like re-sign him. It was like
Yeah.
he himself was like, it was kind of weird getting cut. I mean, Jordan Davis is one of those guys where if he can, work on his conditioning a little bit, that was his big problem at Georgia. If he can play more than 20 snaps a game, he could be an absolute monster for them.
Yeah, well, I saw him when he was at the Georgia spring game, and he looked like he had lost at least a few pounds.
Losing weight, though, for him, like part of his game is just being massive, right? So I don't know how that always worries me a little bit when guys who are like meant to be big and strong and powerful like lose a bunch of weight to throw around. But
yep,
who knows? I don't know. I think he's going to be good, and I think that there's a reason he was knocked, as high as he was. And like I think his combine really sold it. He was going to be one of the top D linemen, but then him running as fast as he did and being able to do all the drills as fast as he did, like a big man like that should not be able to move like that. And I mean, he did well in the national championship game too. He kind of struggled in the SEC championship game. But wasn't there like a big rumor that all the Georgia players had like a stomach flu or something?
Yeah, they like had stomach flu or something.
So, how true that is, or if that's just an excuse, but after the national championship game, I could totally see it being like an actual thing because they looked a lot like people don't get better condition from like a month and stuff. But yeah, all right. I think we have our next guest coming on here. So James, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Yep,
thanks,
for
man.
having me, guys.
Happy for your Seahawks getting Charles
Yeah,
Cross?
I think I'm satisfied for now. We'll see. We talked about late in the draft we might come back in and get somebody I don't like as much, but who knows?
Yeah, but all right. Thanks for joining us, James.
All right,
And
thanks,
we'll
guys.
See you, man.
around.
I'm grabbing some food.
There's a lot going on.
I hope Joe knows that our guests can read the private chat too.
I was thinking the same thing.
But and yeah, the draft like broadcast, the Eagles still haven't even picked. Like they still haven't even showed the Eagles.
Yeah, I sent the link to Vinny.
Okay. Well, he's got some time apparently because
We're taking as long as we possibly can.
yeah. Man, I would like the trade. I'm thinking about it. I would like trading back and letting them have JMO for 12 if we didn't give up a second round pick as well. But I don't like giving up 46 and just getting 34 and 66 and 32. Trying to see if I'm seeing anything else about the draft right now, but
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
the last time we picked at 32, we picked Teddy Bridgewater. Maybe we pick Malik Willis at 32 and he doesn't Okay.
All right, I'm back.
And we have Vinny. Vinny!
What's up, fellas?
Well, what are your thoughts on the draft so far?
Sorry, I got a dog attacking me. Interesting draft so far. A lot of trades I did not expect. Sauce went a lot earlier than I thought he would, which sucks because I really wanted him.
At 13? I feel like there's no chance that Sauce ever made it to 13
14.
You thought
or 14.
Tyler,
Tyler,
you thought he was gonna fall to the Vikings, so that's not much better.
Sauce? I had Stingley falling to the Vikings. I picked Sauce at 4.
Oh, okay.
No, I thought Sauce is worse than Stingley. I don't know. It doesn't matter now, though.
Yeah.
I'm looking
So who's
for
your dream pick?
the Ravens to pick Jordan Davis.
Oh, well, I have some bad news for you.
Oh, really?
The Eagles took him.
The Eagles just took him?
Mhm.
Yeah, my TV's behind.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
up.
The broadcast was stuck on like the Eagles pick for a good like 10 minutes, 15
Cool.
minutes. So
Yeah, I just heard the pick in noise. Well, now I don't want Jordan Davis.
I can see why.
Damn.
Maybe
That threw me off.
maybe a corner.
Yeah,
But Trent McDuffie might be a bit of a reach.
Trent McDuffie was
14.
next on my list,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
Or I guess a guy maybe like Devontae Wyatt from Georgia, but I feel like that'd be really early for him. I don't know.
Coming into the draft, I really wanted an edge rusher, outside linebacker, cornerback, but now I don't know.
Jermaine
Actually,
Johnson.
yeah, I think Jermaine Johnson from Florida State.
I saw him up there. I forgot about him.
He would make perfect sense right now for them, especially since Jordan Davis just went.
Pretty swag tonight.
That's so tough. Oh man.
I love Sauce's chain that he had, like the big sauce bottle.
Yeah, I saw that. I still don't think anything's better than Patrick Surtain's PS2 controller chain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh wow, yeah, Ravens picked instantly. So.
Oh, well, their pick is in. That was a very quick pick.
Dang.
Let's see.
I'm gonna let y'all announce that
Maybe Kyle Hamilton too. I mean, he's been.
I don't know. I just want him to go before we have to take him because I would rather just trade back at this point with the way the board's playing out for Washington.
You remember, Joe, last night when I told Joe Hamilton would fall and y'all told me I was crazy?
So wait, what do you guys think about the Saints trading up 5 spots for Olave?
like,
I think that they were really concerned that Washington would take him there at 11, so they wanted to, and Philly too could have taken it because I know they really liked him.
Yeah.
And so I think they went aggressive and came up and got him, which I respect. And it helped out my team too because we were able to pick up a 3rd and a 4th round pick, which we needed. So I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people make it out to be.
No, I mean I think it's fine. It's pretty average. Who's gonna throw passes to Chris Olave? That was my big worry. Jameis Winston?
I guess so.
Taysom?
Nah, I don't. Baker Mayfield.
The Taysom at quarterback experiment was dead.
What if they got
Carolina Panther?
If they got Baker Mayfield, Cruz would be so pissed. I would love to see that. It'd be hilarious.
I would love to see that just to make Cruz mad.
Yeah, Cruz was not happy with the Olave pick. I was pretty surprised. I thought it was a good pick.
I think he just wanted Jameson Williams because he went to Alabama.
He did just want Jameson Williams.
Just because
I'm gonna go nut. Oh my god! I know. I was saying, congrats. I tweeted, congrats to Ohio State fans on thinking that they had 3 receivers drafted in a row. Because they all say that Jameson Williams is an Ohio State product.
Yeah, I hate when they say that. That's like Oklahoma fans claiming Jalen Hurts. It makes no sense.
I hate when they say, because Oklahoma fans I can kind of understand because Jalen is he likes Oklahoma. But Jameson has come out and said he does not like Ohio State or their fans. So, you can't claim it if he says he doesn't like you.
Oh. I like this pick. I do.
Joe, don't spoil it, please.
Yeah, on my draft, it doesn't even say that the pick is in for the Ravens yet.
Okay, I won't spoil it, but I think it's a good value pick.
Good lord, that whiteboard. I don't even know. I might watch it till the end of the first round and then stop watching because it takes forever.
They just do the first round today, right? Or is it
I thought it was
just the first round today.
Oh, okay. It was 1 and 2 last year, right? On the same day?
No.
Oh, I'm going crazy. Well, never mind then. No,
wait,
but
actually,
when they were talking for 5 minutes about Amazon Prime showing Thursday Night Football. I was like, okay. What? Sure. Can we get
I'm
on
actually
with that?
so confused about. Okay, never mind. I think we're 2 picks behind, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm watching on YouTube TV on the ESPN stream.
Yeah.
I don't know how far behind I am.
They're still talking to Jordan Davis for me.
Oh, you're fine.
Apparently, the
They just
Vikings
showed
lost
Kyle
value.
Hamilton for me.
He went to the Ravens.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like
Interesting pick.
I'm seeing the Texans pick now too. Like I think that just the draft is kind of messed up.
How do you feel?
I'm not mad about that. I don't know.
Like, hey, I can cheers to that because it means I don't have to deal with Kyle Hamilton. So I say deal with him. Like he's a great player, but I just don't think he really necessarily fits a need on our team. So, but the Ravens have him now, and I mean,
And now Houston's on the clock.
The thing is, like, I didn't want to see any offensive skill players drafted in the first round for the Ravens because there's so much talent there already. They just need to not be hurt.
yeah. Who's y'all's other safety?
Oh,
Wasn't it like Chuck Noll?
we just got him in the free agency. What's his name? For the Saints.
Marcus Williams.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all have a pretty good tandem there.
That's fine.
Especially when you're playing Deshaun Watson.
Secondary, good. Stack the secondary because we have Marlon Humphrey. We don't have Anthony Averett anymore. Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's fine.
Just fine. You don't sound super convinced.
Well, I have good news.
Yeah.
The Ravens traded Hollywood Brown in the third round to the Cardinals for pick 23.
Oh, what the hell?
Peter Hollywood Brown.
So
Wow.
here's the thing about Hollywood Brown. I have heard from multiple sources on Ravens Twitter that he will be quitting football within the next 2 years to pursue full-time Twitch streaming.
For real?
I'm not even kidding. Playing Madden, because apparently
then-
he's
Wow.
super good at
That's a good trade for you guys then.
Yeah, and also he sucks.
Yeah, he's not very good, and I think you can get his replacement at 23.
Yeah, we'll take Veggie at 23.
At 23.
That's got to be Traylon
23
Burks.
coming off an ACL injury.
That's got to be like Traylon
Jameson
Burks.
Williams coming off an ACL injury.
So is Mechie.
Actually,
34.
I think a really good pick for the Ravens at 23 would be Jahan Dotson if he makes it there. And I would say right now that Jahan Dotson is... The thing about Hollywood Brown is, like, he's just a speed guy. I think with Dotson, he's not the biggest receiver, but he's very, very quick, and he's got really great hands. So I think that'd be a good pick for them.
Because we have enough open field speed on the team already. I just want someone that can catch balls. Even Mark Andrews drops it all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, Mark
I think
Andrews
that's
is
like
still a
Traylon.
pretty dang good tight end.
Yeah, I mean he's the number one tight end in fantasy this year. Fun fact.
Interesting.
We also have Rashad Bateman still. We drafted last year. He just needs to step up a little bit.
I really do not know what Washington's going to do now because all the top receivers are gone. Kyle Hamilton's gone. Like, I'm so confused. I'm sitting here trying to think.
What does Washington need?
I would say going into the draft, their biggest needs are probably safety and wide receiver and maybe like a guard and linebacker. I don't know. But now, I mean, maybe you take Traylon Burks. I have no idea. If I were them now that all their guys are gone, I'd probably trade back again. I don't know how far you would do that, but like I have no idea right now who they would pick.
I'm trying to see the benefit in like a lot of teams trading picks away to just more picks next year because next year's draft is going to be so much better.
yeah. Like
Makes sense.
Like the top picks this year would have been like the 6th or 7th pick last year.
Exactly.
Same with next year. So
I know the draft is I know this draft class is kind of not as good as others when it's all linemen going off the board first.
Yeah. Joe, I could see the Commanders. How do you feel about like Zion Johnson or someone like that? Like trade back and pick him, like a guard.
I know that would
big body.
That would really piss off a lot of fans. It'd probably piss me off too, and it wouldn't make much sense. But like I said, all the guys that they were being linked to are pretty much gone now. So you just trade back and you try and get more picks. I mean, unless there's somebody else on their board they really like. Like I said, they had a private workout with Traylon Burks, so if he's there at 16, I think there's a reasonable chance they end up taking him, and I wouldn't be against that. But I really don't know. So the Texans select Kenyon Green, huh?
Yeah. Speaking of guards,
That's
All
a
right.
reach.
I'm gonna hop off. If you want me to come back after the next Ravens pick, let me know. It'd be
All right.
Thanks for having me on, though.
Enjoyed it.
See y'all.
See you.
Yeah, I don't know. Also,
Now we're to Washington.
speaking of pissed off fans, according to like the trade value chart, we lost like 200 points of value in our trade with Detroit. And people are pretty mad at our new GM already. One move into his new GM career. Like I said, it was a fine trade if you didn't give up our second round pick, but because we gave up a second round pick as well, it was not a good move. So now the Commanders are on the board, right? At 16.
They are on the board. They are on the clock.
Oh, they're on the what? They're on the what?
They are on the clock.
What am I walking into right now?
Nothing at all.
The
Carry on.
Commanders are on the something. I'm kind of mad. Not gonna lie. I'm a little
Wow.
I think that Kyle Hamilton was probably our pick at 12, and we.
Joe, do
lost
you know the
guard.
pick?
Oh my God! The draft just got louder in my ears.
Joe, you're the resident Commanders fan. Let's hear it.
With the 16th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders select wide receiver Jahan Dotson, Penn State.
Ooh.
So not only do I get a guy that I like, but I also get a guy that I like from Penn State.
Right? There you go.
It's not. I would have liked to have one of the top guys, but I literally just sat there and told Vinny that Dotson's not the biggest guy, and he's maybe not the fastest, but he's very quick and he's got great hands. So I think that's a good pick for them. It's definitely a surprise, but I like the pick.
Oh, I just read something interesting I wasn't even thinking about with like the early second/late first. David Ojabo, right? He was a first-round pick and then got hurt and is going to miss all of next year. But he could be a good. I think whoever picks him up in the second round is going to get a good value on a guy. Right? I like David Ojabo. But yeah, Jahan Dotson. Do you like Dotson better than Burks? Was Dotson your guy of all the receivers left?
I think that's pretty early for Dotson. I would have liked Burks, but I think Dotson's a smaller guy that you can stick in the slot and you can do more with him. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's early, but we see surprises all the time, and I like that pick more than I like Hamilton. But I know that pick, I can already tell from just the reaction that I've seen, is going to really make a lot of Commanders fans annoyed. But I think people will warm up to the pick.
I didn't even realize. I forgot that Hollywood Brown played with Kyler Murray, like
Yes.
in college. I completely forgot about that. I don't know why. That's gonna be.
At the same time, though, I don't get, like, the Cardinals have got receivers. They have receivers, and it didn't necessarily help them last year in the end. So we'll see. I mean, you also got to remember they're playing against the best defenses in the NFL. So
Yeah, and they re-signed AJ Green too. I know they lost Christian Kirk, but okay. So then we have the Chargers coming up, and then the Eagles. You think the Packers still? I mean, they have to go wide receiver with one of their picks, right? But like all the top guys are gone.
I think the Packers still really like Burks.
But like, what if Burks is gone too? Do you pick like Watson out of
I think if it gets close to Burks,
if we're talking about receivers, you're completely skipping over two guys that are going to go over Burks, in my opinion, and that's Sky Moore and George Pickens.
George Pickens, yeah.
And I think Sky Moore goes. I would like to see Sky Moore at. I'm not a Green Bay fan. I think Sky Moore to Green Bay would be a really good pick because we've talked about it before. Like Aaron Rodgers needs a receiver. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't get, if they go into the season with the current receivers they have now, they're not going to be very good. And so they need somebody. They need something.
What? The Titans are trading A.J. Brown to the Eagles?
What?
Okay, so the Titans have to pick a wide receiver now, too, because they cut Julio Jones and
all they have
A.J.
is Robert
Brown.
Woods.
Yeah, but Robert Woods is not a wide receiver one. But I did pick the Titans picking Treylon Burks, actually, in the draft. So that's a huge trade, though. I don't know why, unless they were just not going to pay him at all. But that's huge for the Eagles. I wonder what the trade was.
Wait. So the Eagles have Jordan Brown, or AJ Brown, Jordan Davis, and who's the other guy they took?
He said, "Wait, I'm sorry. The Eagles have Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and Jalen Reagor. I guess is their top three.
Yeah.
They traded the 18th overall pick and another third-round pick for A.J. Brown. That's not bad for the Eagles at all.
Yeah, it isn't.
I mean, what are the Titans trying to do? I mean, I get it. Like, honestly, if I'm a receiver, Ryan Tannehill is the last quarterback I want to play under. And especially when you're a run-heavy team with Mike Vrabel, with Derrick Henry. But, I mean, I don't get why you're trading away every receiver you have. But I guess they're an old-school, run-the-ball-down-your-throat type team. But, yeah, I don't get this at all. What are they getting in return for A.J. Brown?
It was a first-round pick and a third-round pick.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to –
Not bad.
Not great. A.J. Brown is definitely...
It's the first-round pick this year?
Yes, it's number 18. So the 2 picks from now.
I'm going to go out on a crazy – I'm crazy as it is. Might as well just throw something else crazy in there.
Oh, God.
When do the Titans need another quarterback? When do they need to at least draft a quarterback to start having someone – I mean, Ryan Tannehill has been in the league a while. When is it time to have that second guy ready to go?
I don't think that's all that crazy of a thing to say. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm not a big Tannehill guy, and I think he was the sole reason why they lost the playoffs this past year. But I don't know when that'll be that they ultimately elect to do that. Hopefully sooner rather than later for their sake.
Zion Johnson to the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I saw offensive tackles get mocked here. Didn't make much sense to me, but interior guy. I think that's a good pick for them. Keep adding guys to protect Justin Herbert.
So, it's looking more and more, unless New Orleans gets froggy, it looks more and more like the Steelers will actually just get Malik Willis at 20.
What if the Steelers don't even take Malik Willis?
Then I will call
Mike Tomlin
personally and tell him he's an idiot.
Then is any quarterback going to even be picked in the first round?
I don't know.
The Steelers literally just have the perfect situation falling to them. The Saints have to pick like Trevor Penning or someone like that, in my opinion. because they lost Teron Armstead and don't really have a left tackle right now. But unless so, I feel like the Titans have to pick a wide receiver here, but I don't know. What do I know? I like Zion Johnson though. He's my favorite guard in the draft.
It's funny in my group chat just watching how far behind people are. My friend was like, Titans moved up? Johnson question mark? And I'm like, no, they traded up for AJ Brown. The Eagles did.
Yeah, I can't believe both Browns got traded in the same day. Hollywood and AJ. Within
Yeah,
like 10 minutes of each other.
I mean, if I'm a Ravens fan, like Vinny was talking about, I would be kind of happy that they got rid of Hollywood Brown. He's never really been all that great.
So, also maybe a hot take. I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers trade one of their first-round picks or both of them for a wide receiver as well. Wide receivers are kind of flying around. I know you'd have to be like a haul, but someone like DK Metcalf, maybe Deebo Samuel. If you have 2 first-round picks to play around with.
Somebody
God,
needs to mute their mic.
It's probably you.
No, it's not me. It's one of y'all.
Well, given that there's only 2 people who have it stream pulled up, Quack, I'll let you figure that one out.
That's not my audio playing.
I know.
Brother,
so
I can't hear anything and my mic was just muted, so.
Then it's Joe's audio.
He's not watching it.
Do we have a 4th person in here that we don't know
Quack,
about?
you're going crazy.
I'm literally in a group message typing. I'm not in anything, but I'm hearing audio.
So, what's the Titans pick? What's their play here? I need some predictions without looking at it. I'm guessing Traylon Burks, but
Sky Moore.
I don't know. I mean, who's left? Oh, I know who. Leonard Baum. That's who it'll be. Thoughts? Anybody? Tyler, what do you think?
oh, Quack is gone.
You think they'll take Linderbaum here?
At 18?
Mm-hmm. I think that'd be good value.
I'm not a big Linderbaum person. I think that he has the Garrett Bradbury problem where he's just too small. And that, like, I've seen Garrett Bradbury firsthand, and he has he's lost games for us because he's just getting manhandled by big defensive tackles. So that scares me a lot. Ooh.
Dodson was one of my favorite receivers this year, but I think that's like they did last year when they took Davis. I think taking him at 16 is a reach, but also I think if you were like, hey Joe, you could take Olave at 11, or you could trade back, pick up a 3rd and a 4th, and get Dotson at 16. I'd probably go with Dotson.
I saw the Eagles gave AJ Brown a 4-year, $100 million contract extension.
That's way too much money for AJ Brown.
AJ Brown's pretty good, and like that's Christian Kirk money, but AJ Brown is better than Christian Kirk. That's another reason I'm surprised we didn't pick a wide receivers, because wide receivers are just expensive. I know you're gonna laugh at me. With the 34th pick, I could see us picking like George Pickens or someone like that if he's still there.
I don't know what your fascination is with the receivers. I just don't see it happening.
Kevin O'Connell ran the offense that ran a three wide receiver set like 70 or 80% of the plays. We need a third wide receiver. And Adam Thielen is like 33 or 34. I don't think it's a ridiculous thing to want. I think it opens up our offense a lot, and that's why I like it.
But I mean, my question, like honestly, Tyler, going back to something you said earlier, I mean, Kirk Cousins is not going to be. I don't, as a huge Malik Willis fan, I don't want him going somewhere where he's going to be on the bench more than half of a year because I'm a huge fan. But like taking that aside, like there's some of these teams. Like I mean, I get like next year's quarterback draft is going to be hella better, but some teams need to be taking a chance on quarterbacks this year. Not everybody's going to can get a quarterback next year. I mean, we're going to have.
Yeah.
I feel like if we keep doing this year, we're going to have like 30 teams vying for a quarterback next year. You know, and here's the Titans pick.
I feel the same way, though. That is one thing that no one ever talks about is the idea of getting a quarterback for next year. Only 2 or 3 teams will get the top guys from next year. So.
Wow, Joe is on a roll.
Linderbaum?
No, Traylon Burks.
Oh,
I said Traylon Burks.
Okay, Tyler, sorry.
Well, I figured if they traded a receiver, they're not going to, just not have any receivers.
Did George, oh gosh, I don't know how you say his last name.
Karlaftis go? No.
Is he gone yet?
No. See, 32, I would be okay with George Karlaftis, not at 12.
I'm surprised Linderbaum hasn't gone. Linderbaum and Wilson are the ones I'm surprised have not gone yet.
You missed my whole thing I was talking to Joe about. But I think that after, like, Garrett Bradbury was the last center that went super high to us, and he was, like, the same thing where he's undersized and, like, athletic, like Tyler Linderbaum, and he just gets mauled by big defensive tackles. So I think that, like, he's single-handedly lost us games before against the Bears, for example. Every time we play against Akeem Hicks, we lose because of Garrett Bradbury. So I think teams are more wary of, like, smaller centers that can't hold their own.
So who do we think? Saints back on the clock. I'm going Linderbaum.
The Saints?
I said Trevor Penning.
It'll be
Or Penning, I think.
It's going to be it's Malik Willis. That's who it'll be.
Joe, I will put you off of this. I will. Never mind.
Why? That's who it's going to be.
If they pick Malik Willis, I will go.
What is this, the 19th pick?
Who is after them?
The Steelers. So that's the floor for Malik Willis. I feel like it has to be the floor.
For the record, I have Trevor Penning going early round. I think that's going to be one of the slips, but we'll see if that happens here. My gut pick here is Linderbaum.
They don't need a center, Clack. Do you look at the
Yes.
depth chart before you just talk out of thin air?
Yes.
You don't like,
Who's
was it Eric
Tyler?
McCoy's their center right now?
Yeah, they just got Eric McCoy like 2 years ago.
Tyler, who's your pick?
Let's keep in mind, Clack did
Trevor
say that
Penning.
Washington
They
was
need
going
a
to
left
have
tackle
Thibodeau.
after Teron Armstead left. Dang. I like Traylon Burks, though. I think it's a solid pick for the Titans. I think I was pretty high on Burks, which is kind of, hypocritical because he's kind of like Drake London in that he doesn't get open that much, but he has just glue hands. Like, every time I watched Arkansas, I swear he was just catching everything. But, I mean, the Titans saved, $90-something million? So.
Yeah. All these Washington fans do not like that pick.
That they picked Jahan Dotson?
I think it's one of those, yeah. But also, I don't think a lot of people are too familiar with him. He was slept on last year because there was a lot of great receivers.
Dotson as well could be like a Stephon Diggs-like player in my mind, where
he has great hands.
Good. No, but I mean more so he had a bad quarterback throwing to him, so he couldn't really show off. And, like, Diggs was the same way at Maryland, right? So sometimes players get underrated because the talent around them isn't that great. And who was Penn State's quarterback? I remember
Sean Clifford.
he was so bad in so many of the games I watched last year. Like,
This is what I'll say about Dotson. Obviously, I'm biased because my family is a Penn State family. I like Penn State. But also the flip side of that is I was able to watch a lot of Dotson this year and kind of just over the last couple years, and he's the real deal. Like I talked about, he was slept on because the receiver class was so loaded and there were plenty of guys. And like you just said, he didn't have the greatest quarterback. But I'm telling you, this guy is going to be a very good receiver in this league. He has all the traits that you like for a receiver. He's a hard worker. He's got great hands. He's not a straight line burner like maybe a Jameson Williams would be, but he's very quick. You know, he's got the lateral quickness. It'll be Malik Willis.
Joe, do not spoil this one, please.
I'm not. I'm just telling you.
I'm surprised. I was hoping. I didn't think it would happen. I was hoping Cole Strange would go.
What are you talking about, bro?
I was hoping he would be a first-round late pick.
I think he's
Cole's-
always gonna be early second.
Cole Strange is like a mid-second round pick.
No, he's early second round.
I think early
Played
second.
at any
is
Division
better.
One team, he goes first round.
Trevor Penning's not a bad pick.
There is the Saints pick.
Who'd they pick?
You'll see.
I already said who it was.
You were
I was
wrong.
right.
No, it wasn't.
Saints select.
Trevor
I,
Penning.
said, I just said Trevor Penning like a minute ago.
Guys,
No,
I
you-
told you a while ago it was Trevor Penning. Why are we even
Yeah.
debating?
You said Malik Willis, Joe.
Clock, you didn't hear me because you got to
Joe
get your
went,
ears.
oh, Trevor Penning's not a bad pick, and then you muted your mic and went, like he spoiled it for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clock,
But yeah,
I don't know
that's
what's
who
in-
I saw. Like that he made the most sense to me because of Teron Armstead leaving. He's a good development.
So now, okay, so we all know who this pick is.
This has
Like, this has to be Malik Willis. I just lost everyone's audio.
We're still here.
I got so animated I shook my desk and it unplugged the cord. Because I said it has to be Malik Willis. Right?
It's
Right,
gotta be.
guys?
It's gotta be. If not, I'm gonna call Mike Tomlin and tell him he's an idiot.
Mike Tom. What if it's like Desmond Ritter?
I'll drive to Pittsburgh.
Which
Kenny
one of these
Pickett.
looks the most gold? There we go. Also,
And we're getting very close to the Cowboys, which will be the one and only Cody M. Kirk. And I will get that taken care of. Now I'm on pins and needles.
Why?
Because I want Willis to go now.
He'll probably go now.
We shall see.
it's crazy though if they do pick Malik Willis that they didn't even have to trade up.
I know.
Like everything fell perfectly for them.
Switch to progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like
Sign says.
Dude, the comments on this Washington Commanders pick about Dotson are so brutal. It's just this fan base should be embarrassed. It makes me so mad.
Second round's the same time tomorrow, right?
It's at 7, I think.
Gotcha. No, it starts at 6 tomorrow. 7 Eastern.
Okay.
That's good because we have a really early pick now tomorrow. I'm going to see Hamilton tomorrow at the Fox Theater. So that should be exciting. Pick is in.
I like beer with this much flavor should be kept in a secure location, like your hand. I was already keeping mine.
Do y'all want to know who it is?
I know who it is, and I would be so pissed if I was the Steelers.
Who is it? Who is it? I don't know.
Kenny Pickett.
Oh, we'll see y'all. I'm headed to Pittsburgh right now.
Hoggers.
Oh my God! They just took Kenny Pickett over Malik Willis. That is insane.
Yo, 32? Vikings select Malik Willis?
Kenny Pickett.
Who don't know?
Mike Tomlin has officially gone to be the most overrated coach.
Clack, shut up.
You are
shut
insane.
Shut
He's
up.
One of the best
Shut up.
players
Like,
in the league.
come on.
Also, general managers make the selection.
You're saying, yeah, you're mad because Malik Willis didn't go here, and so you're just gonna go out and have some outlandish.
When is the last time he won anything of value?
When he won a Super Bowl?
14, 12 years ago?
You know, one team wins a Super Bowl every year, and half of those teams have been the Patriots.
True.
Clack is just mad because
Very
Malik.
true.
Yeah, he's just a little
What
angry.
an awful pick, though.
And, like, I feel like Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky are not that different. All right. So what team could pick a quarterback? Like, let's see. You look at the list, right? Packers, no. Cardinals, no. Cowboys, no. Bills, no. Titans, maybe. Bucks, maybe, I guess, to have Tom Brady's replacement. Chiefs, Packers, Bengals. Who's gonna pick a quarterback? No one.
Lions, the last pick.
We have the last pick now, dummy.
Wow. That's right.
We're picking Malik Willis with 32, getting that sweet fifth year option.
Interesting.
I could see
That's such a bad pick. I mean, that's just bad.
the Bucks maybe picking a guy for Tom Brady's replacement. But I don't know. But I feel like also you go all in with Tom Brady, right?
Yes.
So I feel like you try to pick someone that helps Tom Brady.
This season marks the 50th anniversary of one of the most memorable moments
I thought we weren't playing the audio. Huh?
during the finals
Huh?
of the 1970s.
It's actually funny seeing these people get mad about the Dotson pick because I think a lot of the time people fall into the trap of just assuming what they hear from like rumors and draft analysts is, like, oh, we should have took Burks. But obviously Washington did their homework and they like Dotson, and I think there's a lot to like about Dotson, and it is a bit of a reach, yeah. But with the wide receiver run happening as early as it did, I think that you have to just go out and get the guy you like instead of waiting around, which is kind of like what they did for Wentz. They needed a quarterback, and they went out and got one.
I'm always a firm believer in that if you really like a guy, you got to pick him, and it doesn't matter if people think you reached a little bit.
Yeah, like Pittsburgh really likes Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
They liked Willis too. They liked the quarterback. It was just about.
The Patriots are trading back apparently. So who traded up? Maybe the Packers traded up and like wanted to snag a wide receiver.
Kenny Pickett playing in the cold with those tiny baby hands. Have we got any comments recently?
No, I've been looking. It's also super far behind. Oh, it just updated now, but it was super far behind at some point. Like, it was still showing me Vinny on here. When I was last watching. All right, so the Patriots traded back.
Here's a guy who's a very good athlete going on the move. You see it.
They traded back.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see who they traded with. I haven't. There's no like. They just said they traded back, but there's no like who or compensation or anything like that yet. But Ian Rappaport said that they're trading back. So who do you think they would trade back with? Like maybe the Packers to pick like a wide receiver?
Kenny Pickett's 24 years old too.
Yeah, so that was another. The Chiefs traded up, so it was the other wide receiver needy team. So there you go.
Interesting. The question is, what did they get? What did the Patriots get?
Probably one of their 2 first-round picks.
So that's a good deal, though, if that's the case.
I mean, it'll be one of their first-round picks and then probably like a second or a third. I don't know,
though. Burks? Okay, so Burks here, maybe?
Burks already went to the Titans. It would be...
Oh, God, I forgot Burks. Oh. They took Burks.
I think it might be Christian Watson out of NDSU.
It's so early for him, though. Pickens at 21.
Like, but 21's pretty early for Pickens, too, especially with all the red flags that he has, right? Like,
Watson's big, but he played at North Carolina State or North Dakota State. Are you going to take a North Dakota State receiver? Or are you going to take...
he has the like athletic measurables to be really good. So like he's one of those like high potential guys, right? And I feel like someone like that could thrive with Patrick Mahomes. That's my guess. Is Christian Watson.
I guess it's good that the Patriots traded because I forgot Michael Bronner just sent him a link. He's probably like, what? So I'll remember to send him a link. So what do we got? Who do we got right now?
It's the Chiefs, and then we have the Packers, then the Ravens, Cowboys, Bills, Titans. Wait. No, I guess the Titans traded that pick, right, for the Eagles? Or no, they just traded, so they have another pick there. Then Bucks, Packers. I don't know. It's hard to keep track, too, with all the trades. I could see the Chiefs picking Trent McDuffie as well. But they did just jump the Packers, so I feel like they've got to have a wide receiver in mind, right, for this pick?
Yeah, I mean, you would think.
You would think. This is a lot. If they do pick a wide receiver, that's a lot of wide receivers going in the first. This is what, number 7? 6? You have Olave, Wilson, Jamo, London, Dotson, Burks. So this would be number 7 if another wide receiver goes in the first. You're muted, Clark.
Jacob Harrison is not happy right now.
Where did the Patriots pick at now?
I don't know. They have the details.
29. I mean, it's 29 or 30. So.
Okay, I was just trying to figure because we've got Cody and then Bronner coming on. So I'm trying to be sure we get the guest in order.
Yeah.
When Cowboys are starting to be on the clock, I will send Cody Kirk a link. Also, I just learned a lesson. Don't pick up a Sharpie that is like, not putting the tops on Sharpies is not a good idea.
J-Mo was the first wide receiver in the first round since Calvin Johnson. It's pretty good.
Dotson does remind me a lot of Diggs.
So I was right with my initial thoughts. They select Trent McDuffie.
Wow. So, I mean, like, honestly, my question now is, like, who is going to be that receiver other than with Tyreek Hill gone? You're
They still
losing.
have one more first-round pick.
True. I think that's going to be George Pickens.
Yeah.
Could he regain that speed and regain that burst? I talked to
So the Packers are now on the clock,
Yeah.
and I'm going to
We have somebody for the Packers, don't we?
no.
We don't have a guest for the Packers?
No, we had Wyatt Fulton, and then he's on Cruz's show.
Damn.
He's a co-host on Cruz's show.
But how do you guys feel about Trent McDuffie?
A lot of athleticism.
Yeah. The thing that worries me is, like, I know you shouldn't base players on, like, previous position groups and teams, but Washington defensive backs never seem to be.
Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy's fine, but he wasn't, like, I don't know. It's just like Washington's churns out good corners, or like their corners play well just because of the zone that they drop into. But I don't know. I think he's also mainly a zone corner. So Trent McDuffie to me was like, if he goes to a team that plays a lot of zone, he's going to be good. But he doesn't have the traits to be a lockdown man guy. He was my number 3, but he was a pretty distant 3 from Sauce and Derek Stingley. Oh my gosh. Green Bay's pick is in.
Wait, is Leonard Baum gone yet?
Oh,
No.
They'll go Leonard Baum here.
that's the most Green Bay pick, but I don't think so.
It should be Leonard Baum.
I think that's a good pick for them.
But don't they have like Josh Myers or something like that at center? Isn't he decent?
He's decent, but you could kick him to guard and put Leonard Baum.
I guess.
All their receivers are gone. I think they would have loved Dotson if he slid here, but Washington really screwed him by taking him at 16, so there's really not much for them to do. You can reach for Pickens. You can reach for Watson.
We'll see.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if they took Watson here. I think Rodgers could do some cool
Pickens
things.
would not be surprising here either.
Yeah, I thought they liked Pickens a lot from what I heard. So Pickens is my prediction probably. I'm telling you, expect the unexpected. If Malik Willis is at 32, we're taking Malik Willis. And you're going to be like, what? How did you know? I'm feeling it in my bones.
I can't believe that. I really can't believe that Kenny Pickett went to the Steelers. Oh. Well, I mean that's a little storyline we got there. You got Hutchinson going to Detroit, and then you got Pickett going from Pitt to the Steelers.
So we got our next guest. If you know him as Cody Kirk 22 on Twitter, Cody Kirk.
What's up, Clack? What's up, guys?
What's up, Ed?
How's it going, Cody?
Going good. Can y'all trade me because that's what everybody else is doing?
I'm not happy with. Hold on.
Can we trade you for Clack?
Hey,
No.
it's four.
Oh, another trade for 23. Ravens traded back again with the Bills.
Wow.
Are y'all
Quay
watching
Walker.
ESPN or are y'all watching?
Yeah, we're on ESPN. I'm on ESPN.
On YouTube TV. Quay Walker, though, that's a Packers pick, maybe. If they don't pick a wide receiver, this is going to be the funniest thing.
I don't really understand that pick. Isn't Quay Walker like a defensive? Isn't he an edge rusher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He played well against Alabama.
Okay? So you're the Cowboys fan, correct? Who did the Bills just trade up to jump you for? Because they traded 25 for 23 to jump the Cowboys.
Cowboys are not 23.
We're 24.
Or 24. No, they traded the Ravens 23 for the Bills 25 to jump the Cowboys.
So the Bills are now on the clock.
Bills are on the clock right now.
Cody, what are your initial thoughts on the first 23 picks?
I think it would be really good to get your kids into being a wide receiver.
Said that one more time. There was a little bit of audio issue.
I said I think you would be doing well to get your kids into football being a wide receiver. Being the 6 picks. I don't think that's happened. And has that ever happened, Joe Will?
I don't think so, to be honest. That's kind of insane.
Big if true, but I mean, what are your thoughts on Malik Willis Kenny Pickett going at 20 to the Steelers? I think that's probably the worst pick of the draft so far.
No, the worst pick of the draft has to be the Falcons. Drake London.
Yeah.
I mean, you had so
what
many
is his
other
downfall?
players. You had so many other wide receivers to pick from, and they just make Drake London just. I mean, I knew he was good at USC. I wonder what the odds were in Vegas of him being a top 10 pick, like a surefire top 10.
They were well, I don't know. I mean, I know the odds of him being a top 10 pick were decent, but
No, he was favored 10. The bookies had it at 10.5. So basically, 11 was what did they get? It was over under 10.5 for London.
A lot of people had him going to Atlanta. I didn't think they would pick him, but I'm also not completely surprised because there were a lot of mock drafts that had him going there. I think a lot of Falcons fans are
pretty disappointed.
Yeah, I mean they're disappointed about it. They wanted Jameson Williams, but I don't think it's the worst pick for them. I think London. Yeah, I think London complements Ridley nicely and also complements Pitts too. I mean, you've got Pitts and London. That's 2 really big body receivers, so it makes Marcus Mariota's job a lot easier. And then, like we said earlier, whoever comes in and is the quarterback next year, whether that's Bryce Young or Stroud or whoever it may be, I think they're stepping into a really good situation.
Yeah, and I know Clack said that. I mean, you're taking him 20, so it's almost kind of like a Mac Jones type pick, where he was 15th last year, so you're kind of getting him mid-round, late first. So you're not if you don't hit on him this year and next year, you're not really wasting a lot. It's not like you spent the top 3 pick. So I don't think it's the worst pick. I mean, I knew they were going to either take him or Willis. And personally, I think he fits Pittsburgh's style more with Lodgy back there because Pick can hand the ball off.
True. What about going and the Cowboys are fixing to be on the clock in less than 3 minutes? If you're a Cowboys fan, you look at the guys we've got left. Who are you picking? Give me one name.
Man, I know that wide receiver's not really. I know that's probably top 3 need right now with Cooper gone, but I mean, I think somewhere we've got to go offensive line.
Linderbaum, maybe? I mean, he's been sliding.
Yeah, I don't know why he's been sliding a lot. I mean, I know Cole Kubelik said that he's got one of the best films that he's seen.
He's
so
small.
Yeah, he is small. But
I I don't know though, because I mean, I would have expected them to go Zion Johnson or
He just
had
drafted, and I really
yeah, or Kenyon Green, but both
Yeah.
those guys are gone, and most of the receivers are gone. So
How would you feel about like George Karlaftis or Jermaine Johnson or something like that with Randy Gregory leaving?
I mean, anything like that will be fine with me, but I just don't. I don't think we need to go like cornerback or safety. I think that would be a mistake. I feel like our secondary is pretty solid right now, and I am like definitely paying attention to you all, but I am watching the draft too. So
you're good.
Oh, understand.
So, Cody, honestly, I'm gonna make my prediction. Well, when the Bills
Here we go.
officially make. Cody, I'm gonna go either George Pickens or Linderbaum for the Cowboys.
if we go George Pickens, you can have my estate, sir. I do not want George Pickens.
You will be saying words.
Could not. Yes, I'll be saying all of them. I could not root for George Pickens. He is
I agree.
favorite players in the country. I just can't.
Totally agree.
There's nothing that I like about George, other than the fact that he didn't go to Auburn. That did make me. But other than that, and where do y'all think? Just get back to kind of gumping here a little bit. Where do y'all think Mechie's going to land? What round?
Early second, probably.
2.
I'm gonna go mid second. I'm gonna go. He's gonna be the Patriots' second pick.
That would be a great landing spot.
Look, I know Bill Belichick loves these kind of receivers like Mechie or Slade Bolden, so I think he goes there. What about my question is, B-Rob? Where do y'all see? B-Rob is the 4th rated running back in this draft. No knock on B-Rob. That shows a lot about this draft. Where does B-Rob go?
I would say 3rd, late 3rd, early 4th, maybe.
So there you go, the Buffalo Bills pick.
Here we go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now the Cowboys are on the clock. Interesting pick.
Who'd they take?
They picked Elam out of Florida.
Interesting
I
pick
could see
for the
that.
Gators or for the Bills.
I was kind of hoping he would fall late 1st, early 2nd for us. So it's a good pick. I guess we're getting Andrew Booth.
Hey Joe Will, do you know that your hat is very offensive to me? Not only but also in the light of.
Is my jersey offensive too?
Oh yes, please. Well,
I've got a fresh Commander shirt on underneath this.
Take that off, please. But take it off.
Hey, being an NFC East guy, what do you think about what the Eagles have been doing and what the Giants were able to do with their first 2 picks?
The Eagles are scaring me, pal. The Eagles always scare me. Every time the Cowboys play them, I feel like we're gonna lose somehow.
Yeah, I mean the Jordan Davis pick definitely scared me, and the fact that they have AJ Brown now is AJ Brown and Devontae Smith is terrifying.
It is, but you got to think about this too. Like they're spending so much money at wide receiver, they're gonna falter somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that was a lot of money for AJ Brown, and I just
a year, and I don't know where do y'all even have Brown ranked? Like, he's not top 5 to me.
no, I don't think he's top
like
10.
15.
Yeah, top 15.
13.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The receiver market is
A lot of money for not a top 5 wide receiver.
Well, Christian Kirk broke football. Like his agent somehow getting him like 80 million or whatever he got.
yeah. Jaguars are dumb.
Jaguars, like, for one reason, that's why they're the Jaguars, because they're giving him that much money. And I'll tell you another good draft so far is the Jets. I thought they've done really well.
Yeah.
Guys,
I think both New York teams, like the Giants, did really well as well. They pretty much got everyone they could have asked for.
Guys, on the fly, give me your top 3 performing teams so far in the draft.
Giants got
Eagles.
exactly what they want. Eagles, yeah.
Eagles, Giants,
really?
Jets.
Yeah, those are my
Yeah.
3.
And
I think for some reason, like, I just don't remember anybody, and I know it's different, like it's Alabama versus Mississippi State, but I just feel like Cross had a horrible game against Alabama. Am I wrong in saying that? The Seahawks, the Charles Cross.
Did he line against Will Anderson, or was that?
Well, regardless, I don't feel like they blocked anybody all night. And correct me if I'm wrong. They did play against them.
That was one game where our defense actually showed up.
That was probably top 4 games of the year for us.
I think honestly, Mississippi State had the same kind of offensive line we did. They had one guy that was outperforming everybody else, and nobody else was playing well.
Yeah, that's true.
And you finally go up against the number 3-2 team, you're gonna look like that. So I'm not a bit surprised. I still think Cross is a great pick.
Sorry, real quick, I just want to say too, the Ravens. I really like their draft so far. Getting Kyle Hamilton at 14 and getting a bunch of extra picks.
Yeah, but I mean, they've also given up somebody. They also gave up somebody crucial.
It was Hollywood Brown. He's not.
They're better off giving up him. He didn't do anything really for them.
I mean, and they drafted what was it, Bateman last year?
No,
Bateman.
I'm very confused at what the. Were y'all confused at what the Chiefs did at all? I thought they would go off.
Yes. Very confused.
I think that I'm kind of confused that they traded up in front of the Packers and then picked a corner. Yeah, I thought they were for sure, but I guess maybe they're trying to trade up in front of the Bills, and the Packers didn't want to trade with them because they thought they were going to pick a. But it didn't even end up mattering because the Packers didn't even pick a wide receiver. So
that's what gets the Packers in trouble all the time. They never.
I just don't like. Here's my thing: is like, yeah, I mean, I get it. Aaron Rodgers is an MVP, but I mean, he's older than he's ever been, and
That's very true. Can confirm. He is older than he's
every second. In fact, he's older than he's ever been.
He's also.
I don't know why I said that.
Right now, too.
That was an all-time clack. But I mean, he's getting old, and now he has no receivers. Like, I don't get that. Like, makes no sense as to why they're not. I mean, tell me the last time Green Bay actually did something smart in the draft.
Getting Jair Alexander. Or Rashawn Gary was also a good pick.
Okay, here we go.
Let Cowboys select. Our pick is in.
Okay, or not. If we get some random linebacker from South Dakota State, then I'm going to hang out. It's nothing against y'all, but I will hang out.
Hey, you guys are going to get Nakobe Dean, and you're going to like it.
Oh, if we get,
Dean or Devin Lloyd are both good value, I think, still. Or, like I said, George Karlaftis or Jermaine Johnson would be good picks. You guys are going to get Nakobe Dean, and you're going
to...
Are we on repeat here? Are we having repeat issues?
Joe brought it up on his phone or something.
Yeah,
I was checking the Facebook comments.
I've been looking at them.
Okay, come on, announce the pick.
Boys, my mom said.
Announce the pick. People are asking, who do we?
Yeah.
This is taking literal hours. This is taking literal hours.
Yeah, we're almost.
Clack's an old man. This is past his bedtime.
No.
You're gonna have to get his walker.
If you follow Cody Kirk on Twitter, he says hours all the time. So.
No, I'm saying you are an old man. You need to go to
Cody
sleep.
Kirk has like 30 million phrases he uses.
Okay, I just saw the pick.
Here we go. Don't tell us. Here it is.
I won't.
I hate Roger Goodell so much.
Me too.
It's crazy that he makes $35 million a year.
Okay. I like that.
That was not a good pick. But also, like, I don't know who else they would pick, but...
Oh, man. This is very important. I was hoping...
At least it was offensive, not defensive.
That's true.
It was offensive to my eyes. Like, why was it? Just kidding.
Yeah, me too.
I just wanted to make that joke. I honestly don't know that much about Tyler Smith.
He's not bad, but like...
Looks like a guard.
I'm glad one of the NFC East teams made a bad move because the Eagles and Giants are making me nervous, so I could always count on the Cowboys to fuck it up.
Oh, but, well, look, he's doing a really great job against SMU. Great. I'm sure that's really going to play into the next level here.
Hey, remember Jerry said that, who was it, Taco was his son's pick, and Micah Parsons was his pick. Maybe this is a Jerry pick.
Ugh.
I can't believe they went from Micah Parsons to Tyler Smith.
I'm very disappointed right now.
I would have gone Sky Moore.
I would have
Okay.
literally anything else.
So, honest question: is there another team that picks a quarterback in this round?
I would say yes.
Somebody will trade up.
Somebody
probably.
Like I said,
Why? Okay.
32 my spicy take. 32. We pick Malik Willis if he's still there.
I got
Okay, question. Okay, go, Cody.
Would the Buccaneers go Malik Willis?
That's what I was thinking. That was the only other team I could see because of Tom Brady.
That
I think with Tom
would
Brady,
be
you gotta
insane.
go all in to maximize it. But I could see them setting up for their future.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be setting up for the future as far as learning because Tom Brady doesn't give a crap about teaching anybody. Like that was Garoppolo's thing. He's like, no, anything I learned from Brady, I had to watch. He never really taught me anything. It's Tom Brady. He did. I mean, I think Malik Willis to the Bucs would be an incredible pick, actually.
Here's a question. Okay, here's my question. Is there going to be another trade tonight to a team is there going to be another trade to like Seattle or Detroit, a team that needs a quarterback? Is a team that's already picked going to get one more added pick tonight because of a trade?
If it would be, it would somehow be the Lions, correct?
Isn't it crazy to think that the Lions could still get Malik Willis?
Wait, how?
Wait, that's another team that did
How
really
could the Lions still get Malik Willis? I'm confused. They don't have a first round pick now.
They have like the 34th pick. They can.
We
just
have
trade
the
up
32nd and the 34th pick. We traded it for our 12th pick.
Who's 33rd?
33rd is the Jaguars because they had the first overall.
Well, never
But
mind.
we
then.
traded
I
the 12th overall
forgot.
pick for the 32nd and the 34th.
Don't make good points, okay? That's not what we're about.
Yeah. Come on.
Here's how the Lions could still pick Malik Willis in the first round with the 32nd pick.
Just do it. Nike.
They trade us and we trade them back their pick.
Yes, that makes.
I was very salty that we traded Jameson Williams to a division rival, basically, though. I'm not going to lie.
Well, one thing, it's the Lions. He'll probably be fine. I do hate it for J-Mo, though. I was really hoping he would go almost literally anywhere else.
He looked so annoyed, too.
Oh, yeah. Thinking about going from playing in front of, like, 100,000 people at Bryant Denny to Ford Field. That's got to suck. Yeah, he played at the Horseshoe, Bryant Denny, and Ford Field. That's where he'll get to play.
Wow. What a...
Like, do you even know what I just said, or are you just saying wow?
You said he's going to play at Bryant Denny and Ford Field. The Horseshoe and Ford Field.
Wow, he did listen.
That's
if
a first.
You did that on our podcast initially, I might still be with you.
In this economy.
Yeah, in this economy. Especially in this economy.
So, I mean, I think the Ravens, what do they do here? I mean,
people are asking.
People are asking. It's ours.
What do the Ravens do?
They're going to draft a college football player.
Yeah, if I had to guess, they're going to take a guy that.
Yeah, they'll probably take something.
I don't know. Who's left? Has Linderbaum been taken yet?
No, Linderbaum has not been taken.
How far is Linderbaum going to slip?
Not in Subways?
What in the world?
What is that? They're literally.
What in the world am I watching?
People are asking. And what's this guy?
It's funny that it says the Ravens added Michael Pierce because he was on their team like a year and a half ago.
What is going on this TV?
Didn't they lose Bradley Bozeman? I think they did. So somebody's got to take Linderbaum.
I would have much rather the Cowboys do that, but watch him, be a 5-year Pro Bowler, and I'll be like, well, I was an idiot. So.
Well, their tackles now are Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith, which is kind of funny.
Be confused.
Smith brothers.
Okay, here is the Ravens.
This one, I'm gonna have to get out of here. But I do appreciate y'all letting
Yeah,
me.
thanks for joining us.
Of course.
Cody's gotta
y'all.
go to bed because he's an old man.
Yeah, I am an old, but really my phone's at like maybe 2%, like milk.
Oh, hours. And
But
I
you
don't know
have the
why we have
Ravens
to
picking.
we have to wait like 30 minutes to get the pick.
Yeah.
Well, it's Roger Goodell's 972 years old.
It's gotta be Linderbaum here. If it's not, I'm gonna be
You
so
keep
surprised.
saying that. I feel like it's Karloftis or Jermaine Johnson.
But
Ooh.
they just lost Bozeman.
Maybe.
I
That
don't
is-
know.
They
I'm
did look
surprised.
right. We're not just making that up.
No, it happened.
it can confirm.
Can't confirm.
All right, we need to announce this pick tonight.
That was your best line, maybe ever.
Oh my god.
Tonight.
CBS has their best fits as Nakobe Dean, Andrew Booth, and Jermaine Johnson. Has
I
the
can
Titans'
see-
best fit.
I think whoever doesn't go here very likely goes to Minnesota if it's not Malik Willis.
Clack's like, I think whoever doesn't go here could go at some point in the draft.
Big
Yeah.
if true.
No, I actually am really on this. I'm just praying a team doesn't trade up and the Bucks don't pick him. I'm 100% on the Malik Willis at 32 train.
I forget. I kind of want to. Do y'all have somebody else connected?
Oh,
Oh, probably not.
I kind of want to see who Tennessee picked. Y'all.
I wish they picked.
All right.
Oh, here it is.
there he's walking up.
Who's walking? Clack, thank you for your vote.
And there we go. Very
Let's
good
go.
pick by the Ravens.
So, Will, let's go, baby.
Who was it? Linderbaum?
Tyler
Yeah.
Linderbaum. Yeah.
Nice.
Cody, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
And
I will continue watching, and
appreciate it. And roll
Yeah.
tide.
Roll Tide.
if Malik Willis goes to Tampa Bay, can confirm you heard it here first.
I'm gonna
Sources.
cry.
All right.
Sources.
Enjoyed it.
All
And
right.
we'll see you next time. Roll tide.
Ooh, the Jets traded for the 26th pick for the Titans. Who do they want? That's
Interesting.
got to be Jermaine Johnson. Dude, the Jets will have such a good draft if they get Jermaine Johnson.
Who did they take?
They just-
They took Garrett Wilson and
Sauce and Garrett Wilson.
yeah, I think they go Johnson here. You're right because that bolsters like all. That'd be such a good draft for them. But all the teams we're saying are having good draft. The teams with multiple firsts, so like it makes sense for them to be having good drafts because you can pick two people.
Yeah, but they picked like good players too. Good.
This is a hell of a
Johnson goes to 7.
This is a hell of a draft to have a couple picks in.
Yeah. Give me Malik Willis or give me death.
That Tyler Smith pick made no sense, but I
Yeah, I
guess
don't
at the
know.
same time, there weren't many guys left there.
Not in love with it.
I'm seeing.
My mom in the chat said NFL joke. The NFL takes way too long. If I wanted to watch 32 picks in 3 hours, I'd watch Jameis Winston play.
That's hilarious.
That's a good
That's
one.
so good, actually. That's a great joke.
Tyler, why can't you be funny like your mom?
All right.
We have turned into watching wrestling on the NFL draft. Phew, this has gone on longer than I thought it would. I'm getting old.
It's a
Getting
draft
bored?
guy.
I'm sorry we can't hold your attention.
Hey, I don't care if it was anything. I could not hold. I couldn't say a slip.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
So I'm
I
just
don't know what
thinking
I'm saying.
ahead. I love talking about my Vikings. 34. I could see Roger McCreary or Kyler
Well,
Gordon.
Clack, also, you don't have a team. You just jump from team to team, so it's hard for you to be all that interested. I
I mean,
forgot that the Ravens got the Ravens getting Linderbaum and Hamilton, two guys that at one point were top 10 picks, is pretty substantial.
I like the Linderbaum pick. I like the Linderbaum pick. I'm.
Okay, there you go. Sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
didn't mean to interrupt you, but they just
Go ahead, Joe. Tyler.
the Jets picked Jermaine Johnson.
Okay.
Wow.
So
I think the The Linderbaum pick is just great value. And the Hamilton pick's great value, too.
Lane Johnson, man, I think the Jets are killing it. I know this is their third first-round pick, but they've just got so much talent this year.
The Ravens' offensive line is Ronnie Stanley, Morgan Moses, and Tyler Linderbaum. So it's pretty good. Kevin Zeitler too from the Giants is not horrible.
Oh, really? They got Zeitler? I did not know that. Clack plays musical teams, Hannah said in chat.
She's not wrong about that.
She's really not. You do kind of... I Clack, honestly, what team are you a fan of today? This is not even a meme. I don't know what team you're
honestly, at this point, it's just all the Bama guys plus Malik Willis.
Gosh, so you're going to be a Vikings fan this year.
Clack, I wish you would just pick a damn team and stick to it.
Just pick one.
No.
Pick the Patriots. They have a lot of Bama people.
I honestly hope Malik Willis goes to Tampa. That way I can at least, once he's starting, go a couple games.
Frick you, bud.
If you picked it...
Because I want him.
Why do you want him so bad? I guess...
Because it's so close to falling to a perfect situation for us. He sits a year behind Kirk, and then next year we can move on from... People are under the assumption that we can't move on for Kirk for 2 years, but we can move on from him next year.
Well, I've been talking about value. That would be great value for them to get a guy who has all that boom. He's kind of boom or bust, but has a lot of upside.
And we have a QB, a former QB coach as our head coach, who's an offensive guy. Brand new coach. You give him his quarterback that he can develop, right?
Listen, I wouldn't be too mad if Washington traded up and got Malik either.
No.
I'll refuse to go for the same team as Joe will.
Nobody's asking you to go for Washington, but I think you get a lot of less crap from people if you just pick their team instead of flip-flopping.
I don't care. Do you think I care? Okay. I mean, never mind.
Clearly you don't.
I was just going to say, Hannah also said, can we agree that the draft takes too long? I think that, I kind of like watching... I like the players in the first round more because it's more exciting, but I like watching the second and third round better because it's like 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, and I didn't expect like us to have the same people.
Guys, the Jaguars traded for the Tampa Bay's pick. It's happening.
What's happening?
Tampa Bay just traded out of the first round. They're not going to pick Malik Willis.
Yes.
Maybe they'll come back up and get him.
Dude, I'm going to be... Imagine me getting my hopes up like this just to be crushed when we pick, like, an O-lineman.
Okay, so who do the Jags get here? I wish I had a big board. I don't... Like, that's be the nice thing about watching.
Dean, maybe?
Yeah, that's a good pick. Or Devin Lloyd, whichever one you like more.
Do they need a linebacker?
They need everything. Their team was bad.
Okay, I got a best remaining players. So we're looking at who are we looking at?
The Jaguars at 27.
All right, so the Jags at 27. Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd. Let's look at
maybe
their
Devontae Wyatt.
Devontae Wyatt and Trayvon Walker. That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good call, Tyler.
Thank you.
I hope it's, for their sake, I hope it's not like Karl Loftus or something.
It could be Karl Loftus.
Okay, so, their defensive line is really bad. And their linebackers are really bad, too. And their corners are pretty bad. So, you know what? There's really no bad direction to go here. I can see Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, I think that's who you need.
They also could use some secondary that... I don't think they'll go Devontae Wyatt again because they just took a defensive tackle. We know they're not going to go Breece Hall. Maybe Andrew Booth Jr.
Yeah. But they
Um,
picked. Oh no, sorry. I don't know why. I was thinking the Jets are still on the screen. I was like, they picked Sauce.
I'll give you 3 potential names other than the top guys. I'll say Andrew Booth, David Ajabu, and Kyler Gordon.
I will give you one of George Pickens or Christian Watson as well. I mean, I know they signed Christian Kirk, but word is that they're trying to move on from Laviska Shenault and don't like him that much.
I think Nakobe Dean is the best linebacker of the group, so I think this would be the right pick for them. But also, like I said, Andrew Booth is good, and Ajabu would be, I guess, considered a steal. But that's somebody who you're not going to get immediate impact from. But also, a franchise that's in rebuild mode could benefit for that. So we got to wait here.
Yeah. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
You can
I
walk
got a
if you
bowl
want.
prediction when you get back.
Oh, God.
Can't wait to take command. Hey, Commanders fans, looking forward to getting to the DMV and getting to work.
Good draft from the Ravens.
Yep.
I think getting rid of Hollywood. Good move.
So then the Packers are back up after. According to CBS, their best fits are Boy Maffa or Mafee. I've never known how to pronounce it. Out of Minnesota, defensive end, and Devontae Wyatt.
Jags went linebacker.
Did they go Lloyd or Dean?
Lloyd.
Okay.
So who we got?
Next is the Packers.
I guess Lloyd is a bigger linebacker, so it's not the
And
worst
he's a
thing.
little faster. Jacoby Dean's size was like the big question mark, right?
Yeah, he's 6 foot, and I think Lloyd's like 6'4".
Tyler, honestly, with your Malik, I hope, like, if at this point, my Malik Willis hope is it's either y'all or Seattle. I do think that Kevin O'Connell is a great coach for him. Here's my question, though.
That's true.
Let's say you come in like week 2 or 3, and Kirk Cousins is just struggling, like, 5 or 6 interceptions,
6.
2 touchdowns.
When was the last time Kirk Cousins threw 5 or 6 interceptions?
He's actually pretty safe with the ball.
Yeah, Clack, come on.
Okay, let's go. Let's say Kirk Cousins somehow, some way is struggling. He's not he's not winning games. When do you make the move? Do you make the move in year 1? Like, I think Willis
end of
fits
year
the system.
1. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're good.
I was just gonna say, I think end of year 1, if it's clear you're not making the playoffs, you make the switch. I think because then if you do that, worst case, you get a better pick. If Malik Willis sucks, best case he grows into the starting role. I don't know. What would you do though? Like, how long would you wait?
I think it's kind of like the Mac Jones situation if Cam had stayed. You evaluate it week by week, and if you look at it and think, we're better off with him, than you change. But I also think if you're Minnesota and you're Kevin O'Connell, who's a completely different 360 from what Mike Zimmer was, I think there's situations where you play Willis anyway, even in week 1, like, red zone, whatever, when you need a quarterback draw, whatever. He becomes kind of like Taysom Hill was for the Saints under Drew Brees. And then if you realize, like, okay, this may be the right way, is when you make the full-time change. I don't think Cousins is that bad, though. So no. I don't like that pick at number. I don't like that pick. I want him to go somewhere where he's going to start quickly.
Yeah, the thing with Cousins is, it's just the reason I want it personally as a fan is one, we have the 34th pick, so whoever we pick here, it's someone we want the fifth round option on, right? So like, it's more valuable if we're going to take a quarterback. I really like it because it gives us flexibility for next year. As much as fans want to think that we'll compete this year, I'm not sure we're going to compete this year. So I think that having flexibility to
who's going to compete though. I mean, like, tell me who in that division is going to run away with it. The Packers are going to be the Packers, but they're not going to run away with it. They have no receivers. The Lions are the Lions. The Bears are going to be actually better than people think. But like, who in that division is going to make? Who's going to be good other than the Packers?
But that's even better. I mean, we're not going to compete for a Super Bowl, so probably, right? Maybe Kevin O'Connell's this monster of a coach, but that way we can stay competitive with Kirk Cousins this year, and then if we have his replacement, we save however much money to rebuild the roster and have a guy that's 10, 11 years younger.
I do have a question. How are the picks getting out so far before Goodell
people that are there in person, they delay
How
it.
do they know? How do they know?
Because it happens. Like the broadcast is delayed.
Why is the broadcast so delayed?
Dude,
I don't know.
TV's delayed.
TV. Because they want to show their ads and stuff.
Okay.
And also, sometimes, like, stuff is leaked, right? Where teams say, like, we'll text a reporter and be like, we picked this guy. And then...
So we got Bronner on next. Can you shoot him a DM when you get a chance?
Do you think the Packers go George Pickens here?
Yes.
That's my...
Bronner, we need to get Bronner on because the pick is in for the Packers.
I don't think they'll go Pickens. I think
one of the next three teams go Pickens.
The Chiefs, if it's not the Packers.
Agreed.
I can see the Packers going
I
D-line,
think the Patriots
will
probably go Booth or Nakobe Dean.
I don't think there's any good linemen left, really, so maybe defensive line for the Packers.
Devontae Wyatt.
Maybe.
That'd be so funny if after trading their receiver and trying to be super active on the wide receiver trade market, they end up just drafting 2 defensive players. I get it. You gotta also, like, you can't panic pick a player based on
who do
needs,
they take
right?
the first pick?
They picked Quay Walker.
Yeah, that's true. I bet you Packers fans would be pissed if they didn't take a receiver, but there's really no good receivers left.
Also, I think fans are too. This is going to be like sound kind of weird. Fans are too focused on the right now. That's not the only thing you're looking at when you're drafting a team, right? Yes, you need a receiver right now, but if Quay Walker turns into an All-Pro linebacker for 5-10 years, it was a better pick than drafting like the 7th receiver off the board.
Yeah, it's true. And it all just depends on how the board plays out, and the board didn't really play out for them to take a receiver. So they went Walker, and the board still right now would be a reach if you took Pickens or Watson or one of those guys. So I'll be interested to see how this one plays out.
Also, someone else pointed out for the Quay Walker pick, the Packers just paid Devondre Campbell $50 million this offseason.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. Bill Belichick trading his draft picks away because he knows all he wants from this draft is Slade Bolden.
Mechie would be a good guy for the Packers.
Yeah.
Not right now, but...
With the 34th pick, I feel like we're picking Kyler Gordon or Roger.
You know, it's kind of ironic that Thibodeau and Neal are teammates because Thibodeau spent all that time talking shit about Alabama.
Yeah. He's going to educate him on astigmatism.
There's also just 2 complete players. Thibodeau runs his mouth, thinks he's the greatest player ever, and Neal is a humble guy.
Yeah. I still just can't get over the Jets getting Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson. That's such a good outcome for them.
Didn't Thibodeau talk about kicking Neal's butt too at the Nike thing?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he did.
I forgot the Packers lost to the 49ers in the playoffs last season.
Yeah, I mean they don't have other than Rodgers. They just need some weapons, or they're going to repeat the same process.
When do you think any team here picks a tight end
No,
or
I
a
think
running back?
Weidermeyer goes tomorrow.
You think Weidermeyer's your top guy? I'd pick Weidermeyer in like the third, but
Brees Hall and Walker and Zamir White, all three, I think will go tomorrow.
okay.
Why is Whitworth announcing the Packers pick?
Did he play at Wisconsin?
I don't know.
Probably.
Let's see. He played at LSU. He was born in Louisiana.
Did this pick leak early, guys?
I haven't seen it.
I'm just now seeing it. I'm seeing the Patriots pick too.
Hold on.
And boy, is it a bad one. Jesus Christ. If we get Bronner on here, he's going to be hot. The draft never makes any sense.
Okay.
Are you not getting it yet?
No, they're talking about the Man of the Year award right now.
Yeah, we're 2 picks behind. I guess Rodgers said... Oh, never mind. I'll wait to say that. Shoot, we're 5 behind on the Green Bay pick. I'm taking my hat off.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but those draft hats from that year were just so like tight, and so that was like suffocating my head for the last 2 hours.
The Patriot? No, I don't want to ask. I had a guess for
It's nobody that you could possibly even.
It's not like
fathom.
Dax Hill.
No, it's nobody you would even fathom taking.
Okay.
I just saw it. It's not a bad. It's like not a good pick, but it's not a bad pick.
I was just gonna say they took Cole Strange.
Okay.
I literally
What did
said
the Packers pick?
Devontae Wyatt.
Okay.
Apparently, Rodgers said that they had 6 receivers they were looking at, but none of those guys were there, so they took Wyatt. I mean, that's a good defensive line. Garrett, Wyatt, and Walker, and Gary, or not Gary, or not Garrett. Gary, Quay Walker, and Wyatt is really good. I mean, if I didn't know that pick would come in so fast, I would have tried to get Bronner on here.
All right, and then the Patriots pick.
People are making a big deal about Dotson being 180 pounds, but Devontae Smith isn't big. Christian, so the Packers can't be serious.
Whatever you do, though, do not spoil the Vikings pick. I don't.
Oh yeah, I won't.
I need to see it. I don't care how early it is. I need to see it with my own eyes.
That is true. They've taken 3 Georgia defenders because they took Stokes last year.
Yeah.
Y'all think do y'all think 30 or 31 trades away?
I think if someone, I don't know. I could see the Chiefs picking a wide receiver or the end, and I don't think the Bengals trade away. I think they'd probably pick a corner. I think the Bengals pick Andrew Booth. Makes so much sense to me because Eli Apple is not a starting corner. So in my mind, if the Chiefs trade away, then someone could trade up for a QB. But
I had the Bengals taking Dax Hill because he's he's listed as a safety, but he's also a corner, and I think that'd be really good for them. And I think they got lucky with the way Eli Apple played last year, but they don't want to have to rely on that luck again this year. I'm getting tired, guys.
True. Getting nervous.
Who's
well,
that?
like I said, I'm getting nervous, but I feel like we're probably just not going to pick Malik Willis either way. But just the fact that we could gets me so excited.
Ugh,
like I said, it's a new front office. So a completely out of left field pick is something that's a possibility.
I can't believe the path that the Steelers took Pickett. I would be so mad if I was a Steelers fan.
But how do we didn't really talk about Cole Strange so much. How do we feel? I thought he was going to be a second round guy, but I mean, I like him.
I like it. It's a good pick.
Like Clack said, I think that if he played for a better team, he would have been a late first round pick, and that's exactly where he ended up.
So, yeah, we're 3 picks behind. This is brutal. Kansas City's already picked both their guys.
Really?
Yep. I don't want to ruin them because, like, I just don't want to be that guy. But also,
there's no point in not.
You said both their guys? Who'd they pick at 30?
They took Pickens and Karlaftis.
Wait, they picked at 30 and 31?
29 and 30.
The Patriots picked at 29.
Wait.
Did they trade up?
Joe, what are you talking about?
Dude, I'm reading what's on Twitter. I don't know.
Where are you reading this?
Albert Breer.
The Bengals must have selected Pickens.
Why would the Bengals
I
take
saw
Pickens,
Karlaftis at 30.
Does that make sense to you?
What'd you say?
Where did he pick?
But
no,
the Bengals picking Pickens doesn't make any sense.
It's Karlaftis. I don't. Wait, I thought I saw somebody pick. Yeah, Clark. Karlaftis. Okay.
Like I said, no Viking spoilers, please.
Are they up right now?
No, they're one away.
This is the worst job ESPN's ever done with a draft.
It's
by
so
far.
far going. Hey, Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis is a pretty good haul for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly, the Patriots picking Cole Strange doesn't really shock me.
Because they always do weird picks.
Yeah, exactly. Bill Belichick loves his like
That's
underrated.
a strange
guys.
pick for them.
Haha. Like, what was it, Kyle Duggar a couple years ago?
Boo.
What? You not like Kyle Duggar, Clark?
I was saying boo at Joe's lame attempt to be funny.
That was so delayed. I thought, and then you smirked like you saw something I didn't know. Like I thought you
No,
saw
that
this
was-
picture and the Vikings
that
picked
was-
George Pickens or something like that.
Well, KD just tweeted it. I just saw that too, right when I saw that.
I didn't even notice. Did you see that they flew Hollywood Brown out to join the draft stage for the Cardinals?
How the hell did they do that?
They agreed to the trade this morning and kept it quiet until draft day.
That's really impressive that they were able to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, as much as I love the pick of God, what's his name? Dotson, I would love Corral too. Bengals are on the clock.
Yep.
I can't help myself with these picks, except the Vikings pick. I'll put my phone down for.
What'd you say?
I said I can't help myself with these picks, but for the Vikings pick, I'll put my phone down.
Gotcha. Yes, I would appreciate
Or
that.
I won't flat out. I just won't say that one.
No, I don't want to look at you then. I don't want to see your face. You'll react. If it's Willis, you'll be like giddy, and if it's not Willis, you'll be like, haha, idiot.
All right, I'll put it down. Can I say the Bengals pick?
Yes.
Daxton Hill.
Oh, that's a good read from both of us.
Yeah.
I had him at 31 in my mock draft.
Yeah, yeah. It's not even like I just made that read on the spot. I had him there on my mock as well. All right,
So-
phone's down.
We made it. No trade ups in front of us. We have the 32nd pick. We're probably not gonna pick him, but I would be excited out of my mind if we did.
I'm gonna go look at like best available on here.
Boy Maffa.
No. What about? Do you guys need a linebacker?
Not really, but N'Kobe Dean, because we signed Jordan Hicks and we have Eric Kendricks, so we don't really need.
No, you won't then. What about?
Like, Kyler
I could
Gordon,
see Andrew Booth. I really could.
Andrew Booth, yeah, but I think.
Actually, I'm with you. With the Malik pick, I think there's a lot of value here. You have back-to-back picks, right?
There's one gap in between our picks.
Who's the
Jaguars,
team?
I think, unless
So
they traded their pick to move up for that, because they did move up for Devin Lloyd.
So the Jaguars aren't gonna get.
Well, they moved up. I don't know if they traded their pick when they moved up for Devin Lloyd or not.
The Jaguars aren't gonna get Malik Willis from you, so you could wait till tomorrow to get Malik.
But there's no point because I think the 5th year.
But I mean, unless there's somebody you can get now that the Jaguars would potentially get, like an Andrew Booth.
I
Like
guess, but
the Jaguars could use a corner, so you could But yeah, the fifth year thing.
And also, if someone trades up tomorrow too, if we try to leave a guy for tomorrow, it has to be someone that not many are going to trade up for.
How are you on edge rusher?
We have Zadarius Smith and Daniil Hunter, so it's not the biggest need. It's always good, and then we also have DJ Wan. But like,
I would say Booth is well. No, I'd say Willis is most likely. Then I'd say Booth if they're trying to be safe and just get a player who can play immediately, and then a Jabu.
Oh, Jabo would be a great pick too.
Yeah, so I don't think you can really go wrong with any of those guys.
Yeah, I like I said in one of our pre-draft shows a while ago. I said whoever picks David Ojabo is going to get some great value because he's going to slide because of his injury. He's probably not going to play this year, but then he'll come back next year and be really good. Because he was like a top 10 pick before getting hurt.
We've had a good show tonight.
Yeah.
Had some good guests on, some valuable insight, whole lot of surprises. I know it's been 3 hours, so it's been really long, but
we're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost to the finish line, and luckily to keep Tyler interested, his team decided they're going to trade back a lot.
Nailed to my chair the whole time, right? They kept me interested the whole time. 32nd pick.
Drinking a Diet Coke over there.
I am. I moved on to the DC.
I thought about drinking a Diet Coke, and I was like, I just want to sleep after this. I want to slump.
Yeah, my sleep schedule is all kinds of messed up, and I spend my whole day at the doctor's with my dad, so I'm trying to like play video games or something. But
yeah,
I don't know. I didn't have any free time today. I got home, and then immediately it was like draft show time. Like, oh.
Dedication.
No, I mean I was really looking forward to this too. So,
I like you said, the first round's great, but what makes or breaks it is the second. It's the second, and is it just the second, or is it the second?
And third, and then it's 4th through 7th.
The 4th through 7th is like I watched that, but I'm not as like I'm interested, but I'm not glued to TV. The second and third is my favorite night. The first has a lot of hype, but the second, third is what separates like good coaches and good GMs from bad ones, and that's where you find your diamonds in the roughs. Not to say you're not going to have that in the first, but those guys that people might overlook that slips the second or third, that's like huge for sure.
Yeah. Well, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to see Hamilton at the theater tomorrow. So it's a good thing we moved up to the second pick in the second round because that's right before.
You could have had Hamilton and then seen Hamilton.
Yeah, that's true. If only he fell all the way to the second round. But we have Alexander Madison, who, Alexander Madison. And they played a Hamilton graphic once for Alexander Madison. He had to start for Dalvin Cook when Dalvin Cook was hurt, and he rushed for like 20 carries, and he had like 15 yards. Like, it was the worst game of his career by far after they showed the Madison graphic, and it was so funny.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's pretty
Well, it's like he's normally pretty decent too, but it was just kind of funny, like.
I can't believe the Patriots did that.
I can't believe I'm thinking about like the fact that this is the most random thought that popped into my head because I was thinking about like stashing a quarterback for a year, and I was like thinking about the teams that had done that recently, right? Like you have Jordan Love, who still hasn't played, but that's because they had the MVP. And then you have like Trey Lance. But it's crazy to me that they used the 3rd overall pick on a guy who didn't play, and they still made the conference finals. Like, imagine having the luxury to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing that I saw earlier that I thought was funny about Dodson, he said he was watching like the Suns game and like didn't expect to hear his name called till like late first, early second. And didn't even really know he was on Washington's radar. But that he was happy.
I mean, yeah, obviously you get a huge pay raise the higher your pick. So.
Mm-hmm. I also saw that Rivera said that What did he say? I don't remember what I was about to say. Oh, Dotson reminds him of Deshaun Jackson and Steve Smith, which I can kind of see that.
Yeah. Kind of like a short guy that kind of that plays a lot bigger than they are.
How long are we gonna have to wait for this one?
Probably a long time.
This is gonna suck to edit this video. I'm gonna have to break it into pieces. Maybe we'll divide and conquer
He's
it.
there. It happened, so we can pick him. If we don't pick him, then I'll be a little sad. No spoilers, though. I'm sure it's probably already been leaked who we pick.
I have not seen it, so I'm a man of my word.
I felt my watch going off. I'm not looking at it, though. That's a tweet.
I don't even have notifications turned on. It's kind of nice.
I'm not, because this is one of my guys. I'm not looking.
So we're all just watching the draft then.
I'm just waiting for your guys' reaction like I did for the first couple of picks before I lost patience.
Clark, remember, you're a little bit ahead of me. Pick is in. They picked quick.
Malik Willis is on the board there, said, hey, let's go get him.
Might as well. It screams Malik Willis to me. I don't know why. I feel it in my bones.
Unless they can get one of the picks they have screams Malik Willis, whether it's today or whether they don't pick.
If he doesn't go now, he goes to Tampa first pick tomorrow.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, wait, I just realized, but Tampa did spend a third-round pick on. They
spent a second-round pick on Trask.
Kyle Trask, yeah.
Maybe they'll. I don't know.
Maybe they'll give him a year.
But if the Vikings don't pick him tonight, they could potentially field a lot of offers on him tomorrow. Get some good value.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though, is like how many people really want him if no one traded up to pick him in the first round.
That's true. I don't even, like you said, I don't even know if the Bucks would want him. I have the worst patience ever. This is killing me.
Hot take before the pick. I take it back. I don't think Tampa goes there. I think Tampa, in their minds, think Kyle Trask is the next guy.
Yeah, because I mean they picked him at 32.
I don't think he's great, but they're not going to just give up on their second round. First round pick.
Let me get this in really quickly. If Malik Willis does not go here, he goes to Seattle tomorrow, and Seattle looks like geniuses for the way they play.
Malik Willis is not taking Seattle, or Seattle's not taking Malik Willis.
Okay.
You need to get off that idea.
You need to get off your Joe Will is the best goodness. Drew Lock is the best quarterback. I'm tired.
I never said he was the best quarterback. I said he was top 15.
You're literally the only person on planet America.
You know how easy it is to be a top 15 NFL quarterback? It's not that hard.
I mean, you probably also think Carson Wentz is top 10. So.
Nope, never said that either. So.
Oh, come on. We don't have all night.
10:30 is not the latest.
Walking up to the
10:30 is not the latest. These things have gone.
Nobody react, please.
Hold on, yeah.
I don't have a way to react. You guys are the only ones that have a stream pulled up.
I can't hear you.
We're not. I thought we were going, so I muted everything. Goodness gracious. ESPN is not good. Tyler, are you good?
He's listening, I think. Yeah, he's looking at the pick.
Here we go.
Why are you muting my mic? You just muted everybody. That made no sense at all. I can't hear you because you're muted.
I'm well aware I muted everybody.
Why would you mute everybody? We haven't done that at all.
Here we go.
That's disgusting. That is gross.
Wow.
Lewis,
I hate that.
Lewis Sod is good. I think he's better than Kyle Hamilton.
No, that's so bad, dude. That's gross.
I don't think y'all needed. That was definitely a
I think we need a
questionable one.
safety at all.
I think he's good. I don't know why y'all took a safety though. How old is Harrison Smith?
He's like a little old, but we just signed him to a pretty big extension.
Washington. What are these rumors? Washington said they were contemplating moving back even later than where they picked, but they didn't think they'd be able to get Dotson then.
Well, guys, it's been a fun night.
Ended the night with a bad taste for Tyler, but
Tyler, you good?
No, I hate that pick so much. That's a gross pick.
At least you get if you get Malik Willis tomorrow, it'll all be okay.
At 34, fine, but I don't know why we wouldn't do it the other way around to get the 5th-year option if we really wanted him, but I don't know.
All right,
Guys,
well,
it's been fun. We'll see y'all on Monday.
Yeah,
we'll have some good, fresh point of views after.
Yeah, that's true. It's only first round, so
We'll talk about our winners and losers of the draft and all of that on Monday.
All right, see y'all. Good show.
See y'all.
Yep.